Broadcasting from the Rude Air Conditioning Studios, this is Tampa Bay Sports Radio, 95.3 WDAE and AM 620.
All I want to know if you got your popcorn ready.
Home of the best box coverage. Live from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Today, we invite you to the final Ronnie and T-Kras program as our own version of Batman and Robin sail into the sunset one final time. So bring your tissues, your memories, and a stiff drink and a cigar for one final toast in honor of the most hideous show in Tampa Bay radio history on the radio home of the Ronnie and T-Kras show since 2014. 95.3 WDAE and AM 620. Tampa Bay Sports Radio. The X Factor, presented by Hungry Howie's Flavored Crust Pizza.
You know, upon reflection, I was going to read about Pascal Siakam and how he's, doing great things for the Pacers, but I don't think anybody wants to hear about that. I think tonight's X Factor goes to the guys over at the Hard Rock right now, Tom Krasniqi and Ronnie Lane. Let's hear from those guys. What do you think?
Let's do it. Gentlemen, what's going on? How are things at the Hard Rock?
What's up, Jay? How are you, man?
Boys? We are well, man. And first off, congratulations, man, on an incredible ride here on WDAE. And we're so glad that you can get an opportunity today to let everybody know how much you don't like them or love them. But, man, no, congratulations from me. I know Zach wants to say a few words as well. But, man, congrats, guys. It's been a heck of a run.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jay. Much appreciated. And look, Zach was a part of our journey years ago, certainly in middays and then on the morning. So, Z-Man, we certainly appreciate what you've done for us in our show, too.
Yeah, but, it came to an end. I can only help you guys so much. There's only so much a guy can do for a couple fellas of your stature. No, I love you guys, man. I'm excited. I'll be out there right after the show. I'm going to come by and really try to help send y'all out on a fun note. I know y'all have all kinds of... I don't even think you guys know all the surprises.
Yeah, what do you guys know? What do you guys know about what's going to be happening?
We don't know anything.
We know nothing. I know Zach looks damn good in a black cowboy hat. I saw that at the Arians Family Foundation event.
Cowboy hat?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not the only one that can wear a cowboy hat. You wore it well, man.
Thanks, man. That's something, I embrace my country music side more. I think partially because our time together in the mornings, and I can't tell you how many times I've retold the story of you stealing Tim McGraw's wallet in Nashville.
I did not steal his wallet. I found it in the restroom and returned it not to Tim, but to his lovely wife, Faith.
That's a convenient excuse.
Tommy Chuck knows that story.
Yeah, speaking of friends and low...
Our boss just walked in, man. We better be cool.
Speaking of friends in low places, that's why you guys upgraded at producer.
Yeah, touche.
You got Chris Matheson.
You got a guy picking Gonzaga in the Final Four now.
Yeah, I know. Well, fellas, I'll be at the Lightning game tonight, so I won't be able to make it over there, but I definitely send my well wishes. I know the Lightning do too. But man, it's what does it mean, man? Like, it's the culmination of a historic run for damn near a decade, man. It's crazy in this business. You don't see that very often.
It really is. I was driving over here thinking, my gosh, this is it. It's almost like a surreal feeling for me because there have been so many great moments, and 9 years here, a couple of years at a couple of other stops too, but it's been a great ride. And the people that we really need to thank are the listeners, and some of them are here, and I know more are coming down, and fellas like yourself and the great people that we work with and we work for at iHeartMedia Tampa Bay. They have made this even more of a dream come true than anything else.
Absolutely. And, just remembering the fact that we have been here through some of the best times in Tampa Bay sports history right now. The current time to be a Tampa Bay sports fan is incredible. With all the teams winning, all the teams regularly making it to the playoffs, it just adds to what we have been able to do and describing what we are witnessing, which I don't think it's going to happen for a long time again in the Tampa Bay area, if ever, where all the teams are this successful.
Yeah, it's really been a blessing to be around for it. I know we feel the same way on our end, and looking forward to seeing you guys out there. Everybody, Ronnie and T-Kras coming up at 3 o'clock. One last crosstalk, though, with us. Appreciate you, fellas.
You got it.
Thank you, guys.
All right, fellas. Good stuff there. Head on over to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Go see them at the L Bar. I know that place is, you can already hear it. It's going to be a lot of fun there. So I know Zach's heading over there. Pat, Aaron, John Mole's going over there. Chris Mathis. It's going to be a great time.
Make sure you bring some extra cologne to spray around because Emily might be a little stinkier with all those Bruins fans
that is
tonight.
true. I don't want to say where they're from, so good for that. I'll always remember the Dwight Smith interview from 3 years ago.
Oh, my God.
Saying that every Super Bowl is predetermined. You want to talk about a viral moment?
Bro.
That was hilarious.
Crazy.
Good stuff. All right, remember, we'll be on 9 and 12 tomorrow live from Tropicana Field. It's opening day. That's going to be a lot of fun. A big thank you to Tim Gertchen, Eric Erlinson, and you for tuning in. Man, a lot of fun today, a lot of fun tomorrow. John Dugas, great job for you. For Zach Blobner, I'm Jay Retcher. We'll see you tomorrow. Jay and Z, 95.3 WDAE and AM 620. We're gone. Peace out. Jay and Zach tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to Jay Retcher and Zach Blobner. If you missed anything from today's show, head to the J&Z blog at 953WDAE.com or listen to on-demand replays on the free iHeartRadio app. Stay tuned. The Ronnie and T-Kras show is next, live on 95.3 WDAE and AM 620.
From the Whatever It Takes Moss Nissan Traffic Center. WDAE
traffic update.
Serious crash investigation in Tampa. Southbound Dale Mabry blocked off at Waters Avenue. Use Himes or even maybe the southbound Veterans Expressway instead to get around this. Also, we're seeing delays in Pinellas Park on southbound 34th Street. Approaching 62nd Avenue North. Disabled semi in the right-hand lane in that area. And a crash on Alderman Road between Belcher and Omaha Street. With traffic, I'm Randy Myers.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Classic Hamburgers. This March at Wendy's, get a Dave's single for $1 or Dave's double for just $2 with the in-app offer. Limited time offer at participating U.S. Wendy's. Redeem in Wendy's app. Account registration required. See offer in Wendy's app for details.
Broadcasting from the Rude Air Conditioning Studios. Where the most trusted voices in Tampa Bay sports call home. We are 620 WDAE St. Petersburg, 95.3 FM W237CW Pinellas Park, 95.7 HD3 WBTP Clearwater, 96.7 FM W224BE Brandon. Streaming live on the free iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free. Never sounded so good. So good. So good. So good. It's Wednesday. Finally, it's here nearly 10 years later. The absolute last time I need to read copy for this horrendous show. Seriously, what were they thinking? And not only that, nearly 10 years? Wow. Anyway, from the first time to the last time. Welcome to the final Ronnie and T-Kras show. Finally. Tampa Bay can sleep easy knowing this hideous show is finally over. Now here's your hosts, Ronnie Lane and Tom Krasniqi.
I don't even know how to follow that, man. What do you say when you hear that? This hideous show is finally coming to an end. Greetings, everyone. Welcome into the final edition, I guess, Tom, of the Ronnie and T-Kras show, bro. It seems kind of surreal, doesn't it?
It sure is. And good afternoon, Tampa Bay. We are live from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We're inside the L Bar, so if you're in the neighborhood, come on down. It's going to be a great night, a festive night, the final chapter, the last hurrah, however you want to call it. So it's an honor, honestly, to be here in front of everybody. And a lot of our co-workers have decided to show up, some heavy hitters from our station, including our boss, Tommy Chuck. I see Heather Wallace down there, and Kim Cusmano, and Mike Barbaro, wearing his, pullover. So it's honestly going to be a festive night, a great night, as we say one fond farewell to a show that really never should have happened in the first place, according to a lot of people.
You're right about that, man, but we're going to have fun. We're going to blow it out here at the L Bar. We invite you to come down and join us as well. If not, we really appreciate you listening. However you're listening today, whether it's on air, online, or via the free iHeartRadio app. We love the iHeartRadio app, and I think you do too. We're streaming audio on Facebook and Twitch and also YouTube. Just like and subscribe. No video today, tells Chris Mathis tells us that. Look at Chris, he's all dressed up in a sports jacket and all that.
Look at this, all dressed up and doing the town. Look at this. Taking selfies from the garage, I saw that. Did you bring any sandwiches today, uncovered?
I did not.
Oh, he did not. Okay.
No sandwiches are with me today. I'm all good in that regard.
Now, let me ask you this, because I've been wondering, I'm hearing a lot of stories, I'm hearing a lot of rumors about what's in store for us over the next 3 hours, and I have to hand it to everybody. Everyone has really kept it hush-hush, but apparently there are some surprises in store. I don't know what they are. My limitless efforts to try and find out have come up empty, Ronnie, but there are supposed to be some surprises taking place over the next 3 hours, Chris Mathis.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. I think that a couple of surprises would be a total understatement there. So you guys will just have to keep your eyes and ears peeled.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Does it include guests here?
We shall see.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Yeah. I see Russell Robertson over there, VP of Sales. We got all these people in the house today.
We do. DJ Jamie Ferreira, good friend of ours for many, many years. He's with us, handling things on site. The great Jason Barringer is back at our Root Air Conditioning Studios as we take you up until 6 o'clock. So this is going to be a free-for-all. We usually have a Would You Rather Wednesday. I think we're blowing that off, because, again, there's going to be surprises, guests, or whatnot popping in and out of here. But this is really the exclamation point of what has been a 9-year run. You know, when we had our meeting with John Momola, when he told us we weren't fired 2 weeks ago, he said the first show took place November 3rd, 2014. And we are almost 10 years after the fact, which to me is astonishing. And as anyone knows, Ron, and you've been around radio longer than I have, to be around that long in this day and age when everything is so fluid and people getting kicked out and, you know, everything is shrinking by the minute, really, these corporations and everything else where all these jobs are being eliminated, to last as long as we have really is a miracle as far as I'm concerned.
No, it truly is. And for us to last through the whole COVID thing with no live sports to report on, and we actually increased listenership during the COVID years. We have a ton of listeners who said, you know, I found you guys during COVID, and it was a fresher breath air because you weren't talking about all the government stuff and what everyone had to do and not do. You were just having fun on the radio, and that's just generally how we put this show together. We want to tell you about sports, but we also want it to be entertaining and have fun with you, and I think maybe we've achieved that in our 10 years of doing this.
I think we have, and I'm glad you brought up COVID because that was one of the lowlights that we experienced, all of us together as a society, but it was also one of our highlights because of what you just mentioned. It was a unique time, and obviously we didn't know what we know now about all of that, and we're not going to get into the whole political aspect of it and everything else, but you and I were at home at the time. You were at your house, I was at my house, and it was certainly a unique set of circumstances. It was bizarre. I got to be honest. I mean, from a convenience standpoint, it was awesome.
It was great. We got too used to it, I think.
We did, and we did that for 14 months. So we were able to roll out of bed and get coffee, and then all of a sudden I would walk into my front office, you know, punch a couple of buttons, and there we were.
On the air like magic, man.
We were on the air. And the other thing we were doing at the time was our roll call segment where we used to shout out other local businesses. Remember how the small businesses were suffering a great deal throughout the Tampa Bay region. So that was just our way to say to the people out there, look, we're with you. We're experiencing all of this with you. We're in this together. I remember us saying that. We're in this together, and if we just stay together, we're going to get through it. And we got through it.
We did. And tomorrow, you know, we got a big day across Tampa Bay. It's the opening of the baseball season. It's always like a holiday to me because I'm nuts for baseball. But opening day tomorrow, we will begin our broadcast from Tropicana Field at sunrise, and we'll be there through the first pitch. So it'll be the debut of Tom's new show, The Drive. It'll be at high noon tomorrow, not 3 o'clock, because Rays baseball will dominate the airwaves all day tomorrow. But don't forget about opening day for the Rays. The game is sold out. It's their 18th straight opening day sellout. And our coverage is being presented by our good friends at the Central Florida Behavioral Health Network and the Department of Children and Families. Also, we are, as you know, the radio home for your Tampa Bay Rays, who are about to embark upon another quest to win the American League East. And let's see if we can go a little deeper in the playoffs if they make it this time.
Well, let's get to the playoffs first, which would be great for the 6th straight year, which is astonishing considering what they've done. By the way, want to shout out Eric Neander. He sent us both a heartfelt personal message. about an hour or two ago. He's like, hey, I'm going to be busy doing this and that and firing some people, so I won't be able to maybe listen or call in. But, he sent along a great message. So Eric Neander's been a great friend of ours for many years. Ditto Kevin Cash, even though, he's taken a shot or two at us. And we may hear from him at some point, I'm hearing.
Oh, I guarantee you will, and probably.
What are you looking at, Mathis? What does that mean? What does that look mean? You got something from Kevin Cash for us? I'm going to take that as a yes.
And we texted Neander, because the starting rotation, and maybe it's already been announced. I don't know for sure what the starting rotation is going to be for the Rays tomorrow. But when we texted Neander, he goes, none ya dang business. You'll find out when everybody else does. So it's all good. We're looking forward to it. Zach Eflin on the bump tomorrow. We know that for a fact. He's the opening day starter. So we're excited about that as we take on the Jays, who are just as excited for their baseball team and their chances of winning the East. Actually, they're favored to win more games than the Rays. The Jays are.
The Jays are a team that every year they always display this potential. And you look at their team and you see the pedigree. You see Guerrero. You see Bichette. You see, Kevin Gausman, he's got some, injury concerns, but looks like he's going to be okay. That's a team that is always a threat come February into March. And then, look, they made the playoffs last year, and that's a team certainly that I'm going to be watching very closely this year, Ronnie, because I think they've got a really good, solid all-around team. And for the Rays, it's going to be a tough challenge because Baltimore is head and shoulders, I think, above everyone else, especially after they got Corbin Burns. I mean, that lineup is so stacked that they told Jackson Holliday, go down to the minors. We don't even need you right now. The number one prospect of baseball, they sent them down to the minors.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that's Matt Holliday's kid, and I'm showing my age. I mean, I interviewed Matt Holliday at second base of the World Series at Coors Field. Hey, Matt, it's Ronnie Lane from XM. I want to talk to you for me. He goes, I know who you are. What do you want? But his kid, man, is really good, Jackson Holliday, and unfortunately he doesn't play for the Rays. He's with that talented group in Baltimore. They've got a new owner in Baltimore. They're feeling good about their baseball team, as they should. But everybody's going to be feeling well except for the Dodgers and the Padres. Everybody else is in first place. The Dodgers and Padres, in case you didn't know, have already played 2 games to begin the season in Korea about a week ago. What's up with that, man? Why does baseball do that? They sneak the start of the season in on us.
Baseball does a lot of odd things, and they kind of work on their own schedule, kind of like, how things are. No, never mind. I don't want. This will be the last show. This could be the last show forever if I was going to complete that last statement. But
yeah, be careful.
I'm excited about tomorrow, opening day. It is a sellout. I know so many people that are coming down who have bought their tickets. It's going to be the 18th straight sellout for the Rays on opening day, and there's going to be some excitement. There's always excitement when you walk into that ballpark, and tomorrow will be not just a new season opening up for the Rays. It's going to be a new endeavor, new ventures for both you and me. And look, just to clarify one last time, we're not going anywhere. We're just beginning our new roles tomorrow on opening day.
We're not leaving.
We're not leaving.
We're not leaving. We are not. The drive with T-Kras will begin at noon and run till 3, and then I'll take over Inside Pitch, leading you into Rays baseball at 3 o'clock. And then, of course, after that, the Rays will do their thing and hopefully come away with an opening day victory against the Jays tomorrow in downtown St. Pete. But we've got so much to cover on the program here today. Again, big ups and props. I think we saw Dorian here from the Hard Rock a moment ago. I believe you mentioned her.
Darian.
Darian from the Hard Rock, rather.
She was here.
Where did she go?
She had a 3 o'clock meeting, but she'll be back. So I was just texting with her back and forth, but she'll be back. But it's great to see so many familiar faces here at the L Bar. I know many more people are coming, and we're seeing on social media an outpouring of some of our colleagues from Evan Krasniqi to our guy David Shealy from Channel 10 was here. Always great to see him. And the great Greg Allman just gave us a shout-out on social media as well. So we certainly appreciate all those guys and for their support and for giving us a shout-out and saluting us as we salute them, too, for the great jobs that they are doing, too.
10-4 on all of that. So we're looking forward to the remainder of this afternoon and into the early evening. We will end the show at 6 o'clock tonight so we can socialize with some of you who are sticking around for that. Maybe have a cocktail or two, an adult beverage or two. Nothing wrong with that, right?
I think that's happening.
Yeah, for sure it is.
You know, John Momola, I believe, is ordering us a couple of smoked old fashions from Council Oak. Is that right? Chris Mathis, are you going to go over and get that for us? When does that happen?
Yeah, that's in the cards. Yeah, I think that's the 5 o'clock hour, right?
Okay.
I believe so. Unless you guys need it a little earlier than that. But as of right now, you look like you're in a good mood right now.
Yeah, the 5 o'clock drive time. That'll be perfect for a cocktail.
It is.
Sounds good.
So we will be hanging out with all of you listeners who decide to come out here for 1 hour afterward. Then we got a nice farewell dinner, like the Last Supper, as I called it yesterday.
Yes, not the Last Supper. Dude.
It's the Last Supper for us as a show.
By the way, who put that tombstone on our promo sheet today? Was that you, Chris?
No, this is a John Momola thing right here.
Oh, man, John Momola did that.
He did.
Rest in peace, you old bastards, he said.
And he has the dates on here. November 3rd, 2014, March 27th, 2024, as our date of expiration, Ronnie.
Right, so, usually that's our production show sheet that tells us who's coming up and so forth and so on. Instead, he had a big tombstone up there with rest in peace for the show. That's awesome.
I think it's a little raw, but that's okay.
Yeah, he said no production meeting today, guys. Just go have fun. So we're just ad-libbing the whole show.
Well, look, he's got something up his sleeve, and I think in no time at all we're going to find out exactly what they're up to. I know Mathis is in on it. I know John Momola's in on it, but there are going to be several surprises. We could take phone calls even on location. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but if you want to chime in at 888-546-4620, you can do so. You can text in your thoughts at 82945 on the Bartow Ford DA text platform, where standard message and data rates do apply. So we'll take you up until 6 o'clock here for the final Ronnie and T-Kras show. We're live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino at the L Bar. Great to have you with us. So if you're in the neighborhood, come on by for our final show. I want to shout out, speaking of the Hard Rock, so many wonderful people that I've become really close friends with at work here. Alan McBrayer, Ronnie, has been a good friend of mine, and I've gotten to know him even more so the last few years, and he thinks just as much of you as he does of me, and I just want to thank him for his friendship and his support over the course of many, many years. He's off today. I don't know if he's going to make it down here, but Alan McBrayer is one of the great guys that work here over at the Hard Rock.
No doubt about it, Alan. We love you, brother, and if you show up today here, that'll be great. If not, me and Tommy know where to find you. So we'll find you and we'll have a celebratory cocktail with you. But Alan McBrayer, good people, man.
He is. He's great people. And I was actually here at the L Bar, Friday when we got done at Oak and Stone. I was driving back and, said he goes, I'm working tonight if you want to stop by. So I stopped by. We had a couple of drinks, and I told him right here at the L Bar will be our final show on Wednesday. So he said he was going to try and get here, but I could certainly understand. He's a very busy man. He goes back and forth between here and Vegas.
Right, because they're working on some special projects in Vegas, and I didn't even know he was back in the Bay Area, so it's good to know he's here for a little while.
Yeah, he's going to be here for a while, and then once they start construction, because out in Vegas, they're turning the Mirage into a Hard Rock.
That's going to be a beautiful thing,
It's going to be spectacular. So they're going to have the guitar shape like they do here down at Hollywood, the guitar-shaped hotel, so it's going to be a massive construction project that they're working on out in Vegas, and hopefully in a few years when that gets done, man, that's going to look incredible.
Well, my buddy David and his wife Terry, they're big Vegas pros. They like going to Vegas, so we'll have to go out there for the opening of that bad boy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're going to be there for that. It's going to be a real great time to be had there. So we're live here at the Hard Rock. Your favorite memories, you can text in, you can call in at 888-546-4620. That's the phone number. We got the text platform at 82945. We will talk some sports. Opening day is tomorrow. The biggest questions surrounding the Rays and your thoughts on how well do you think the Rays will do. That plus your favorite memories of the show. It is Ronnie and T-Kras live from the L Bar here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We'll be back right after this on WDAE.
Tomorrow is opening day. Join WDAE live from Tropicana Field as we stay live and local from the sunrise to first pitch of the home slate. On the radio home of the Tampa Bay Rays, 95.3 WDAE and AM 620. Streaming live on Alexa and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by the Central Florida Behavioral Health Network and the Department of Children and Families.
WDAE.
Traffic update.
Serious crash investigation. Southbound Dale Mabry blocked off at Waters. Also a disabled truck on southbound US 19 approaching 62nd Avenue North. Crash in Bel Air Beach on Gulf Boulevard just north of the Causeway. And a crash in the Brandon area on southbound Kings at Bloomingdale. See traffic problems, call the tip line 866-545-9595. With traffic, I'm Randy Myers.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Guys, this report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Partly cloudy and windy with afternoon thunderstorms, high 84 degrees. Storms overnight, low 69. Tomorrow, morning showers and a sunny and breezy afternoon, high 76 degrees.
Broadcasting from the Rude Air Conditioning Studios, this is Tampa Bay Sports Radio, 95.3 WDAE and AM 620, home of the best Bolts coverage. Tampa Bay, we're partying at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for the finale. The last hurrah. The final time for Ronnie and T-Kras. Drink up, smoke a cigar. Finally, this charade is coming to an end. Let's get back to Ronald and Thomas. I've always wanted to call them Ronald and Thomas.
At the tone, please record your message.
This is South Florida head coach Alex Golish. I want to congratulate Ronnie and T-Kras on a tremendous decade covering sports in Tampa Bay. You've been a prominent voice during the unbelievably successful Tampa Bay era, entertained thousands of fans, and fueled the pride and interest in many of our Bay Area teams. Thank you for your coverage of USF. Thank you for your coverage of the football program. It's always been a pleasure to join your show. Congrats on a great run, and best of luck in your new endeavors. Go Bulls.
Hey guys, it's Sarah Walsh, and I just want to let you know, I Googled it. The average American marriage lasts roughly 8 years, which means a decade together. You guys are a total success story. And you may want to consider in the next career move some T-Kras and Ronnie marriage counseling. I mean, maybe that's the move to be had. In all seriousness, thank you guys for always including me, making me feel like I'm part of the team when I come on with you all. And this is not the end. It is just the beginning for both of you. And I will continue to harass you both. I love you, Ronnie and T-Kras. Congratulations.
Hey, it's Phil Esposito. Hold on, let me get my cue cards. Ronnie, T-Kras, congratulations on a fantastic 9 years on WDAE together. They really let you on the air for 9 years? Wow. And you didn't get the third prize? Well, in all seriousness, it's been a tremendous run. Congrats on the new shows, and sorry I can't be with you today, but we got a game tonight. Let's go, Lightning.
Wow. A Hall of Famer, Phil Esposito. How about that, man?
That is awesome. Welcome back, Ronnie and T-Kras. We are live from the L Bar at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Great to have you with us for our final chapter of our show. Those are three greats right there. Alex Golish,
the head football coach at USF, did a great job, as we all know, in his first season.
He did. The great Sarah Walsh. I had lunch with Sarah last week. She's awesome. She was doing Good Morning Football this week. The final week of shows from their New York location before they head out to L.A., so she was doing that. She was up in New York. And, of course, Phil Esposito, a guy that you and I have spent a lot of great times with, both on and off the air.
Exactly, man. Phil, if you want to know what he's thinking, don't even ask him. He'll tell you anyway.
I'll tell you, man.
He's great.
Awesome. So I'm assuming that's part of the surprise, Chris Mathis, is these people checking in from time to time, and I think there will be more.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right on par with that, but you'll continue to be more surprised as the show goes on. So you got to be paying attention to those rejoiners as well.
You got the big voice guy saying all kinds of stuff that's not scripted.
Yeah, listen, I mean...
He calling us Ronald and Tommy. What's wrong with him?
And Thomas, I think.
Thomas.
Yeah, he called him Thomas.
Which is not my legal name, but that's okay. He's having some fun with us, which is good. Everyone is having fun at our expense over the last 9, almost 10 years here.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, man.
But
that's
great.
the way the cookie crumbles.
So I guess there's more surprises, surprise guests, phone-ins, all that good stuff coming up as we'll take you up until 6 o'clock here, live at the L Bar. If you're in the neighborhood, come on by. Some great listeners are here as well. And, we're talking about opening day tomorrow with the Rays. And so many question marks, Ronnie, with this Rays team.
Yes, sir.
But just when you think you have them all figured out, this is when the Rays kind of jump up and bite you like that cobra, they're lying in wait because everyone always counts them out. Wow, their starting pitching's not good enough, and Josh Lowe is out, or Rosarina gained all this weight. We don't know what's going on there. So, and I think that's the way the Rays like it. I think the Bucks have employed a similar type of mentality, and you heard Todd Bowles and Jason Light talk about it yesterday, and I don't know if they're part of the surprises as well, but Jason Light, and I know this firsthand because he and I have had conversations about this, he does keep receipts.
He does. You know what? They all do, and Kevin Cash does too, and I think he's teaching his players too, because a kid that you got all over for making 3 errors in one game with the Rays has made the team.
How about that?
Austin Shenton has made the opening day roster. That's according to our guy Mark Topkin with the Times, and no one knows the Rays better than Topper, who's been covering them since their existence in 1998. How about that? Austin Shenton. That's a surprise, man. None of us saw that coming, but I think with all the injuries that the Rays incurred, unfortunately, this spring, you're going to get a surprise or two on that opening day roster for tomorrow's opening game. And that's just the beginning of what happens with the Rays all season long, because they're moving people back and forth all season long. What did they use, 35 pitchers last season?
And 35, I believe, the year before that. So
wow.
I think they're going to use 30-plus again this year. That's just how they operate. And they'll bring in guys off the street, Ronnie, and they will reform them. They did the same thing with Zach Littell. Nobody wanted him. The Red Sox let him go. The Red Sox said, you're not good enough for us. The Rays picked him up, saw something in him, worked with him, tweaked some mechanics. He was fantastic last year. Now, all of a sudden, he's their number 3 starter coming into this season. So it wouldn't surprise me to see them do the same thing for Jacob Waguespack, not Jeff. And Eric Neander was very quick to text me and correct me on my little slip up there. But, he might be the next guy. Or the Tyler Alexander kid, the lefty, that is going to be their number 5 starter, at least to start out the season. But those are 2 guys to keep a close eye on, because they could be the next in a long line of reclamation projects that the Rays turn from trash to their treasure.
I'm telling you, there's a reason that Eric Neander can't join us today, because he's busy making deals. Last couple of hours, he's made a couple of deals. They sent outfield prospect, I don't even know who this guy is, Shane Suzuki, to the Marlins in a 3-way deal with the Yankees to pick up another player. And I'm not sure if this guy's going to be on the opening day roster or not.
I mean, listen.
But Ben Rortveld.
Who?
Do you know who that is?
Oh, Rortveld, yes.
Yes, he's a catcher, acquired from the Yankees. And he is, I guess, going to be on the 26-man roster. So we were wondering who the backup catcher is going to be. And remember, we had Topkin on about a week ago, and he goes, maybe that backup catcher is not on the roster yet. And looks like Ben Rortveld from the Yankees is going to be that guy.
Well, and they've got a couple of young catchers that they're really high on. So, the Rays do have, surprisingly so, and look, the catching position is almost as difficult as the pitching position to figure out for a lot of teams. Not everybody can have, a JT Realmuto like the Phillies do, or Natalie Rutschman like the Orioles do. The Rays don't have that luxury, but they've got a couple of young guys that they're really high on, and they like Rene Pinto, Ronnie. They like his power. Last year he had 5 pass balls, so that's something that he worked on this spring, and talking to some people with the Rays, and they're hoping that he takes a step forward defensively, because he's got a really good arm in terms of throwing guys out. Just blocking the ball in front of the plate is something that they want to work with him on, but they like him as their catcher number 1. And look, anything they get out of the catching position is certainly going to be a plus, because they're going to need help. Yandy Diaz is fantastic. We all know that he's rock solid, one of the best leadoff hitters in baseball. Randy Rosarina has been a 2020 guy the last 3 years. He put on the weight because my opinion, I've talked about this for a couple of weeks. Scott Boras is his agent, and he knows if he can get to 30 home runs, he took a big jump in salary to $8.1 million this year. Next year, it's probably going to be, $10 million a year or more.
Yeah, Randy, it's going to be fun to watch him this season. Maybe he tries to become a member of that 30-30 club, 30 homers, 30 stolen bases. Who knows? But the Rays are very athletic all around the field, and they will be running when they get on the bases. And it's going to be fun to watch and see exactly how much dirt they can do on the base paths this season. But it already started in spring training. Who's this message from right here? You're looking at. Is that Jordan White from the Bucks?
Jordan Whitehead, Ronnie.
Whitehead,
yes.
Well, I see Jay White there, 333. That's his Twitter
what's
handle.
going on here, Chris Mathis? We have things taking place on social media.
Yeah, no, it's everywhere. Any and all social media platforms. Of course, some rejoiners too, and some other surprises.
Are we going to hear this Jordan Whitehead message? Because I can't.
Hey, I'm not in charge of all of that, but yes, at some point you can absolutely hear that.
All right.
It's on Twitter.
Very cool.
So apparently we got all sorts of dignitaries from across the Tampa Bay area sending their well-wishers and other things too. I'm sure Kevin Cash is probably going to send a message of his own, privately or otherwise, because he's been known to do that in the past, and we love Cashy. But we want to wish him the very best of luck because the season opens for sure tomorrow. And the Rays will be tested right away with a couple of playoff teams from a year ago, Toronto first, and then the defending champion Texas Rangers.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see if some of these new acquisitions can really get it done at the plate, like Richie Palacios, who's just come on like gangbusters. If he can be another one of those great acquisitions from the St. Louis Cardinals like Randy Arozarena, that would be a home run. But you look at that outfield, man, when it is healthy, you got Arozarena in left, you have Siri in center, and, of course, Mr. Lowe, Josh Lowe, in right field. All three of those guys are capable of hitting 25 to 30 home runs. That's a lot of power in the outfield. And then you got the same power on the corners with Isaac Paredes and, of course, Yandy Diaz, 25 to 30 home run guys. And if Brandon Lau stays healthy, he's another 25 to 30 home run guy. So the Rays have a lot of power and offensive potential. We'll just have to see if they can stay healthy enough to see some of that come to fruition.
And Brandon Lau, to me, is the biggest X factor because if he stays healthy, which has always been his problem, he can hit 25 to 30 home runs. If he plays 130 games, he's going to hit 27 to 30 home runs, Ronnie. That's the only thing that's holding him back. And, his body's been breaking down on him because, you look at him and, this is not meant to be kind of a slight on him, but he doesn't look like a baseball player. He reminds me of,
There you go, picking on Brandon.
No, I'm not picking. He's the Dalton of Major League Baseball. I thought you'd be bigger, from Roadhouse.
Exactly.
It doesn't look like he's fits the part, but he always manages to. Come up big when the Rays need him, when he's healthy, like hitting home runs. So he doesn't look like much, but, he's a guy that when he's right, he can hit 4 or 5 home runs in a week.
You're a big movie guy. Have you seen the new Roadhouse yet?
I have not. Look, I was kind of... Actually, I'm glad you mentioned the movie thing because I'm going to see Roadhouse. I saw that was one of the movies that I've been waiting to see, and, there's been a lot going on for me personally. But the one movie that I did see last night was Oppenheimer.
Oh, you finally saw Oppenheimer.
I did. I saw it. First off, it's way too long.
Okay. Oh, come on, man.
And that is with any Christopher Nolan movie. And I'm a huge fan of Christopher Nolan. I think he's one of the great filmmakers of our generation. But I thought it was really, really good. And you can see why Cillian Murphy won the Oscar. I mean, I thought he was extraordinary.
Yeah, he did an incredible job. And that exchange between Oppenheimer and Einstein at the end of the movie is worth its weight in gold, man. It's just amazing what they went through. I mean, that's why we call them the greatest generation. That generation saved the world from evil like we've never seen before. They really did.
Well, it did, and at the same time, obviously, there was mass destruction because... the drop in the A-bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki was something that, the American government felt like they had to do. Look, when you're at war, I mean, there are no rules. you got to do whatever you have to do in order to achieve victory. And it's unfortunate that millions of people had to die in the process, but we had to defend ourselves, and that was the only way we knew how, was developing this new technology. And how they did it throughout the course of the movie was very meticulous. It was extraordinary, and that's what Christopher Nolan does, man. He's such a great filmmaker in terms of his attention to detail and how he strings together some scenes, and he'll mix in some flashback scenes as well, so you kind of understand the context of the scene and the narrative behind it. So
yeah, the complex characterization, that he gets into, which is awesome.
The scene, my favorite scene, was the scene of Oppenheimer talking to President Truman.
I knew you would like that one.
Because that's an eye-opener. He's like, nobody's going to remember you for developing this bomb. They're going to remember me for dropping it, which was a very interesting line. That was probably the line of the movie as far as I was concerned.
Well, the one when he was talking to the general, and the general goes, so you're telling me there's a chance that when we test this weapon, it could consume the entire world? He goes, yeah, sort of. Yeah. It's a small chance. He goes, how much? Like 5-7%. He goes, I'd like for that to be zero. I love that.
Right.
Like for that to be a zero chance of that happening.
Well,
he goes, I can't guarantee you that.
Matt Damon was extraordinary in that role. Obviously, Cillian Murphy was exceptional too. It was really a captivating movie. It was probably a little drawn out, probably a little too long, but I thought it was fantastic.
Incredible, man. Glad you finally got to see it. And I saw it with young Chris Mathis, and he was just amazed at all that he learned in that movie. Of course, everything's not exactly like it happened in history.
Sure, yeah.
Hollywood has to take some liberties from time to time.
Without question. They've got to jazz it up and make it look a lot more interesting than maybe than it actually was. But I thought it was fantastic. Oppenheimer, really good flick.
All right, so Jordan Whitehead sent us a message on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, right? We got to play that.
I think Jason Barringer has the Jordan Whitehead footage. And here's what the new Buck safety, who's really the old Buck safety, he has a message for us.
Hey, Ronnie and T-Kras, it's Jordan Whitehead here. Hate to hear that the show's ending. Us Bucks fans will miss you. Congrats on the next journey, and wish you the best of luck. Hey, Ronnie.
Oh, that's terrific. Jordan Whitehead, who joined us on the show last week or the week before, whenever he came back and signed with the Bucks, and the Bucks were so very happy to have him back. So, Jordan Whitehead, there you have it. All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to get into the Bucks and the narrative that's surrounding the Bucks right now, that they don't mind whatsoever. Plus, there are some more audio surprises. I know some surprise guests and everything else. It's Ronnie and T-Kras, the final chapter of our show. We're live from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino inside the L Bar. If you're in the neighborhood, come on down on your home of the Rays, WDAE. We'll be back.
Welcome and happy opening day to everyone. The Texas Rangers, for the first time ever, are World Series champions.
The World Series champion Texas Rangers welcome Cody Bellinger and the Chicago Cubs. Coverage begins tomorrow, immediately following Rays baseball on 95.3 WDAE and AM 620.
WDAE.
Traffic update.
Crash on southbound US 19 just before Tampa Road. Heavy thunder showers moving in from the Gulf into Pasco and northern Hillsborough counties. That's slowing traffic on the Suncoast Parkway. Also southbound Dale Mabry, it's blocked off just south of Waters. Avoid this area by using Himes or the Veterans Expressway. Disabled truck on southbound US 19 near 62nd Avenue North. With traffic, I'm Randy Myers.
This report is sponsored by McCall Pest Services. Call McCall. They do it all. You got 99 problems, but a bug ain't one. All thanks to McCall. Whether it's bugs, termites, mosquitoes, or wildlife, call McCall. Visit McCallservice.com. They do it all. That's McCallservice.com to tell pests bug-bye.
From the Cool Today Weather Center, CoolToday.com.
Partly cloudy and windy with afternoon thunderstorms, high 84 degrees. Storms overnight, low 69. Tomorrow, morning showers and a sunny and breezy afternoon, high 76 degrees.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Live from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa, I'm taking a break from the slots to read this line. Back to the final. Yes, the final. It's finally over. The Ronnie and T-Kras Show.
At the tone, please record your message.
Hey, Ronnie and Tom, this is Dan Slaughter, the former Clearwater Police Chief. I just wanted to say congratulations on the wonderful run of the Ronnie and T-Kras Show. I want to thank you both for your hard work making sure we elevated youth sports in Clearwater so that every kid that wants to is able to experience the joy of being on a sports team, regardless of their ability to pay. I am forever a fan of you both, and I will make sure that I tune into wherever your voices are being broadcast on the airwaves. And cheers to you, Ronnie and Tom. I appreciate you, and I wish you both the best of luck. I love you guys. Take care.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, T-Kras. Brian All from the Tampa Bay Rays here. Just want to say it has been an absolute pleasure listening to you for so many years now. We're going to miss you, and we're a little choked up about where things are heading, but we know it's going to be great for you both. Thank you for everything.
Hey, actor Owen Harn here, longtime listener. I've been following these guys since 2001 to every radio station they've been at. It's been a great run here at WDAE for the last 10 years. These guys have helped me through my rough days at work, on my way to work, to a job I hated, just talking football, because sports has always been an escape for me, whether I was going through hard times, sad times, and these guys have helped me through that. They're pretty much my sports therapist, if you will. But these guys are my idols. So being able to go into the studio with them and analyze sports and then talk about on-set memories has been an absolute dream come true. My hat's off to you guys. You are elite status in my book, and I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. Congratulations to you both.
Wow. That's awesome.
Amazing, man.
Welcome back, Ronnie T-Kras, live from the O Bar here at the Hard Rock. Great to have you with us. Owen Harn is a guy that I've known for many, many years, Ronnie. Dan Slaughter, obviously. We did so much work for Clearwater for Youth, of course. That provided one of our great moments, the Steve Spurrier photo op incident. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. I don't hug men. I'll never forget that.
That was awesome.
We're never going to forget the time that we've spent with so many great people here at the Hard Rock. And, of course, our next guest is a guy that hardly needs an introduction. The Hitman, Hillsborough County Commissioner Ken Hagan is with us here at the L Bar. How are you?
I'm doing great, guys. I wouldn't miss this day for anything in the world.
We got a text the other day. Somebody goes, you guys have a commissioner you call the Hitman? Ken Hagan, he goes, I dig it, man. I love it. What's up, Ken, man? It's good to see you, bro.
Likewise, man. No, I think the world of you, Night Train. I think I've been following you since the Q105 days back in the day.
What?
Yes. I know I'm aging both of us right now.
Yes, some of my old co-workers from Q105 are hanging out over there.
Oh,
Susan, Pat George, Lard Daigle.
That's outstanding. And it just really speaks volumes to what we
Rob Mason.
What we think about you, buddy.
Well, thank you, sir. We appreciate it, and we appreciate your service to this community.
No, it's been an honor to get to know you and to call you a friend. And I've enjoyed my time being on the show with you guys, getting to hang out with you guys at different events, everything from sporting events to, I think we had some fun at the ESPN party during the Super Bowl that one time.
Yeah, we did a little bit.
You guys remember?
Yes,
we remember.
Yeah.
A little bit.
We remember that when the college football national championship game was in town. We had some fun there, too.
Absolutely.
But you've been a champion for Tampa Bay sports all over the region, obviously with the Rays and trying to get them, to find a permanent home here on the Hillsborough side. Hopefully they can settle in on the Pinellas side, but I know that's something that you worked really passionately about, but we want to appreciate your efforts there, certainly.
No, thank you very much, guys. Everything from youth sports, parks and rec, all the way up to the professional level. I just think the world of sports and really how it impacts our lives, both from a quality of life perspective, but also from an economic perspective. And
no doubt.
I think it's incumbent on elected officials and the business community to work together to do everything we can to ensure that our teams stay here, are sustainable, and are here for the long term.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Hillsborough County Commissioner Ken Hagan. Thank you, Kenny.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Take care.
You got it.
You bet.
Ken Hagan joining us here on the program. We certainly appreciate his support over the years. I mean, it's always great and gratifying to see all these wonderful people here, Ronnie, who have supported us. And
Joseph over there, man, he's been listening for a long time. What's up, Joseph?
I met him during the break. What a great guy, man.
Awesome guy.
I mean, just so many wonderful people that we've touched. And, you know, when we get out and about and do these remotes, like we did at Oak and Stone last Friday, I thought that was one of the best remotes that we've done in a long, long time. And this is what it's all about. You don't realize the impact that you have on people's lives until we get out in a public setting like this. And, you know, we're always imploring the sales department, hey, get us out, because we want to get out and meet and glad hand all these wonderful listeners, because without you guys, we would not be able to exist.
Not at all. And we continue. We got to take a break here, so we'll take a break. But we've got more and more guests coming from iHeart arriving by the minute, and we're going to introduce some of those guests as well. But it's great to have you with us here at the L Bar at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The party is just getting started.
Tomorrow, join WDAE as we welcome in a new day in Tampa Bay for your ride home. Buckle up for The Drive with T-Kras. A fresh beginning for a new era of Tampa Bay sports conversation. Rays, Bucks, Bolts, and more. Join us, punch the preset, and lock in for the debut of The Drive with T-Kras. Live from Tropicana Field on 95.3 WDAE and AM 620. Broadcasting from the Rude Air Conditioning Studios. This is Tampa Bay's home for the best Bolts coverage all season long. We are 620 WDAE St. Petersburg, 95.3 FM W237CW Pinellas Park, 95.7 HD3 WBTP Clearwater, 96.7 FM W224BE Brandon. Streaming live on the free iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free. Never sounded so good. We're an hour done. Not gonna lie, Tampa Bay, it's starting to feel real. These guys are really leaving me. What a ride. Let's get back to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino with Ronnie and T-Kras. The final Ronnie and T-Kras show on WDAE.
At the tone, please record your message.
Ronnie and T-Kras, hello, it's Andy Freed from the Rays. And Ronnie, I just wanted to wish you hearty congratulations on all the years and all the work that you've put in. I've listened to your guys' show religiously for seemingly forever now. And my one question is, why did it take you so long to get rid of the other guy? Congratulations, Ronnie. We'll see you soon over here at Tropicana Field. And T-Kras, best of luck to you, bud.
I don't know if they told you, I don't shine shoes anymore. It's the Z-Man, Zach Blobner, and I just wanted to say I love you guys. Congratulations. What a hell of a run. Awesome to see you ending on a high note with the show. I'm just so excited for you both to enter this next chapter of your lives, and I'm so appreciative of the impact you've made on mine personally and professionally. Should be a lot of fun seeing what's next. Tampa Bay is lucky to have a couple legends like you guys. Cheers. Let's have some good times now.
Hey, what's going on? It's Ali Marpet, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer offensive lineman. Just wanted to give a huge shout out to Ronnie and T-Kras, who have been holding it down for almost 10 years, crushing everything sports talk related to Tampa Bay area. I know for me, one of the many highlights of our Super Bowl run was calling in the wee hours of the morning to the Ronnie and T-Kras show in order to celebrate that Buccaneer Super Bowl win, which will, for me, be one of the highlights of my career. Congrats to you guys. You guys have been awesome to listen to, and it's been just a pleasure following you guys along. Thank you.
The great Ali Marpet.
Man. I will never forget that morning he called in after the Super Bowl. He texted you and goes, hey, is it okay if I can call in?
I'm like, you better call. And that was one of our great moments, the morning after the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl, and we're on the air, we're talking about it.
And we're doing that from home. We're doing our shows from home.
We were, and then the next thing you know, I get a text from Ali Marpet. He's like, hey, man, I'm driving home from the after party. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. So you know they were partying all night long.
As they should have been.
Absolutely. And he's like, yeah, you want me to call in? I'm like, you better call in. I text him back. So he came on with us for 15 minutes, and it was just an incredible treat. And, I have grown to know Allie and his family, his brother Brody, and everyone else. So that was one of the great moments of our shows. We welcome you back. It is hour number 2. Ronnie and T-Kras on your radio for our final show. We are live from the L Bar inside of the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Great to have you with us. So, Ronnie, I'm being told that a special guest is with us on the Central Florida Behavioral Health Network DA hotline. Learn more at cfbhn.org. Welcome to the final Ronnie and T-Kras show. Who are we talking to?
What's up, fellas? It's Jason Light.
Hey, Jason Light, the general manager for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's up, man?
Well, Ronnie, is this a celebration day that you are no longer having to deal with T-Kras on a show? Or
It is, man. We've already had a couple of pops, and you know how that goes. We're just having a blast. It's a party. The party is on, Jason.
Well, I just drove by the Hard Rock on our way back from Orlando, and I should have stopped in.
You should have. Oh, man, you should have stopped right in. It would have been awesome.
You know what? We have that cigar for you here, Jason.
That's right.
Well, that's why I wanted to stop in. I need to pick up that cigar before that offer goes away.
No, that offer is staying there. So we appreciate you checking in. I know you were over at the owners' meetings, and we were just talking about you and Todd and this underdog role that you guys have really cherished. You're relishing that role. Apparently, you're an underdog again because everybody loves the Falcons after Kirk Cousins went there, and this appears to be a role that you're perfectly okay with, right?
Hey, that's fine with us. We'll embrace it. It's part of our culture now, part of our DNA of being overlooked, and I think it's great, and I think we'll respond to it.
I just want to tip my hat to you bringing back one of my favorite players, not that matters, but Jordan Whitehead. I fell in love with that guy when he was originally here, and now that he's back, man, I mean, how excited are you guys to have Jordan Whitehead back as a part of this defense?
We're all thrilled. There's not a single person, I don't think, in the organization that wasn't thrilled to have him back. So, yeah, I know he certainly is. I know. I think I mentioned this the other day. It seemed like the day that he signed with the Jets, we started counting down to the days he would be back here and being a Buck again. So, sorely missed, but it's going to be awesome having him back. That communication back there in the back that he provides, plus it's just the physicality, the way he plays is. It's easy to be a fan of his.
Well, he knows the defense. I think he's going to fit in perfectly around here. Your defense just got better with Jordan Whitehead being back. Bucs general manager Jason Light, we're honored to have him with us here on the final Ronnie and T-Kras show as we're about a month away from the draft. And you're in a good spot, Jason, and you know this for the 10 years that you've been the GM here. If you had to line up and go play tomorrow, you can absolutely do that. You have plugged some holes. Now you got the draft coming up. You got an extra third-round pick from the Carlton Davis trade. So you guys really do have all options on the table, don't you, when the draft comes around?
Yeah, we do, and I like going into that draft with that feeling. It's not. Of course, there are some positions that may be a little bit more higher priority, and I think everybody kind of knows what those are. But like you said, we could line up and play right now, and I think we'd be better than what we were last year already. But you don't want to handicap yourself and knowing that you are going to force yourself to take a certain position. So I don't think we're going to do that.
Jason, I'm very excited about the new kickoff rules because we're going to have finally kickoff returns again in the league. How fired up is the team about this change to the kickoff rule?
Well, I haven't had really a chance to talk to the team about it. I do know that it is going to provide, your special teams aces. You can only have a few of those on your team, but those guys are going to get a lot more work, and they always like that. Your returners are going to get more work. Nobody really knows exactly how it's going to look at our level. We've seen the XFL model, but we haven't really seen this one. So I think there's still a lot of wondering what how this is going to play out, how you need to shape your roster and things like that. But I know it's going to bring a little bit more excitement to the game, that's for sure.
Jason Light is with us, Buccaneers GM on the Central Florida Behavioral Health Network DA hotline. Learn more at cfbhn.org. It's Ronnie T-Kras. We're live here at the Hard Rock for our final show, and it's an honor to talk to Jason Light here for our final show. We certainly appreciate you jumping on for a couple of minutes. So we were actually talking about you, I think it was yesterday, Ronnie, when
we were, and I'm trying to tell him he's never, ever going to get a look at your draft board. If you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, I can be persuaded. It just kind of depends on what you tempt me with.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up, because I told Ronnie I have a premium Cuban cigar for you, Jason. It's got your name on it. So I will trade you this cigar just for a peek at the draft board. I just want a little peek to see what it kind of looks like. I'm not going to blabber. It's not like I have a radio show or anything. I'm not going to blabber it and tell everybody, across Tampa Bay and beyond. But it sounds like a decent proposal, don't you think?
I mean, it's a starting point. It's a starting point. Yeah, we're pretty good negotiators here in Tampa. So, but it sounds like you are too. So we'll see.
Well, look, we appreciate you calling in, man. We're not going to keep you any longer. We just thank you so much for supporting our show, and we love what you and the Buccaneers are doing right now. It's incredible.
Well, hey, man, it's an honor to be on your show. And I think you guys started the first year that I was hired here, 2014, right? I mean, your show started together?
Exactly.
Yep, we did.
It was a little rough around the edges, but
As you know, Jason, yes, it always has been rough around the edges. But one of my favorite stories, Ronnie, was Joe Madden had, his Thanksmas event, and he used to do it down by the 717 area. He had celebrity bartenders, so I think it was the first or the second year he did it. Like, this is after Jason got the job. Jason Light walks in. I was a celebrity bartender that night at 717, and I was like Tom Cruise, like when he first got behind the bar.
I didn't know what the hell you were doing.
I didn't know what the hell was going on, So Jason walks in, and I think he walks in with a couple of guys. And all I hear at the end of the bar is, "Hey, blankety blank, can we get a drink down here? Blankety blank, get over here." So I come on down. He goes, "Yeah, give me a Stella." So I gave him a Stella. He goes, "Thanks, blankety blank. Come back in 10 minutes." And then sure enough, like 10 minutes later, "Hey," I hear like somebody snapping their fingers. "Hey, blankety blank, come on down. I need a refill." So I was like, "Hey, here you go, here you go, Mr. Light, sir. Is there anything else I could do for you?" He's like, "No." He goes, "Get lost."
That is incorrect. Those are not facts.
No, you didn't say get lost, but it was funny, and that was a great night, and I appreciate you for playing along, man.
I was trying to reenact vacation, Chevy Chase. "Hey, Yellow Belly, come over here, give me a beer."
That's right.
So,
that's hilarious.
One more thing before you go, though. Tom truly does want to apologize to Baker Mayfield, so we got to make that happen somehow.
I'm trying to remember what was the apology for.
Well, he came on our show when you guys signed him initially. And Tom, being the guy that he is, goes, "Hey, look, I'm not, Well, you tell him what you said.
Well, I wasn't a fan of Baker. I didn't think it was going to be a great fit, and he came in and he embraced the Tampa Bay area as much as the Tampa Bay area embraced him. The players, the coaches, the fans, with his grit and his leadership ability, and I was absolutely dead wrong about him, and hopefully we get a chance to get him back on our show, and when we do, I'm going to issue a public apology, man-to-man, face-to-face, hopefully, or man-to-phone, however it may be, but I do owe him an apology for that.
Well, I know he likes tequila. I'm not sure about cigars, but I'd be ready to have some of that in hand, too.
Fair enough. Jason, we appreciate a few minutes of your time. Thanks a lot for coming on. We certainly appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Thank you, Jason. Take care of that great family of yours, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
You got it.
All right, that's Jason Light, your Buccaneer general manager.
I'm telling you. He's not going to let you look at that draft board, man.
No, probably not. But you know what?
Hey, you got to ask.
That's right. How do you know if you don't ask? You know, so and he's right about him being a good negotiator, because if you look at what they did in terms of re-signing Baker and re-signing Mike Evans, they did so on their terms. They got Jordan Whitehead back here for a 2-year deal at around $9 million. I think that's a great deal for a guy who's an impact player. Who, Ronnie, and I think Scott Reynolds said this on our show, and he's right. I think Jordan Whitehead's a better player than he was when he left Tampa Bay, and now that he's back here, he's better in coverage. You know, he did a great job last year. He had the 3-pick game against Josh Allen in the opener. So they're getting a more mature player and a better player, too, and they got him at really a discounted rate, I thought.
Him and Antoine Winfield Jr., you know, they did play together during Antoine's rookie year, but Antoine's grown since then as well and has become a Pro Bowl safety. So we're very, very solid at safety here with Jordan Whitehead back in the fold. And I just always love the way he brought the leather, man. That guy will knock your block off.
Well, he's a hitter, and the fact that he knows this team as well as they know him, it was a great fit. It made all the sense in the world, and the Buccaneers are certainly happy to have him. Look, they're a better team now because Jordan Whitehead is going to be back there opposite one Antoine Winfield Jr., and we know Levante David is going to love that acquisition as well. The communication issues, remember that how the Buccaneers had them the last couple of years. Now that Jordan Whitehead's back, he knows the tendencies of the other players as much as they know him. So a really great move by Jason Light and Todd Bowles bringing him back.
Yeah, the football season will be here before we know it, but we got baseball season starting tomorrow, so we'll get more into that in just a little bit. Want to continue to thank folks who have called in. We haven't had a chance to thank Sarah Walsh for calling in or actually being a part of the show today. Always great to hear from Sarah Walsh.
Sarah's great, and I had an opportunity to have lunch with her last week before she went up to New York. She's hosting Good Morning Football this week, the final week of their shows in New York, because they're moving. They're going to take like a 2-month break before they go out to L.A.
Back to L.A., right, yeah.
Which is, you know, a controversial move, to say the least. But she's awesome. She's been a friend of ours and certainly a friend of mine for the last 10 years, and always great to catch up with her. Owen Harn, actor, great job. You heard Zach Blobner in that little montage there coming into this break, and Ali Marpet, two greats right there.
And former Clearwater Police Chief Daniel Slaughter, who is now working for the city in a higher capacity there. He's a man of service, and we love Dan Slaughter like he loves us, and he's good people, so it's always good to hear from him as well.
And we can hear from you, too, as well, at 888-546-4620. You guys can text in your thoughts. I haven't even seen the text platform yet. I'm sure it's blowing up with a lot of
we'll check it out.
Mailbag-worthy text. 82945 is the text number, as we're live here at the L Bar at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Want to thank our friends over at the Hard Rock for having us here for our final show. You know, Darian Cobb, always great people. You know, our good friend Alan McBrayer, so many personal friends of ours, great friends of ours here at the Hard Rock for having us. So we certainly want to give them a warm thank you from all of us here at WDAE. Out of the 352, I didn't know you were a celebrity, T-Kras. Well, I'm not, okay? I'm just a regular person like you and everybody else out here, so who's just really fortunate and blessed to be in this position. But again, Ronnie and I are not going anywhere. We will begin our new endeavors tomorrow for Rays opening day. We're going to be live from sunrise to first pitch, beginning at 6 a.m. I know Pat and Aaron are here. We certainly appreciate those guys for being here for our final show. They're going to kick off our coverage live at the Trop from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. rather, not 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's a long day. And then Jay Retcher and Zach Blobner, J and Z from 9 a.m. to noon. And then the premiere of The Drive with yours truly from noon until 3. Ronnie, you're going to have Inside Pitch from 3 to 3:30, leading you right up to Rays baseball opening day is here. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. I'm glad it's finally here. They open up against the Jays, as we all know, and it's going to be another exciting season, despite the fact that Vegas doesn't believe that this team can win more than 84 or 85 games. You know the Rays are best at making you feel bad for underestimating them, and I think they will achieve exactly what they want to achieve in getting back to the playoffs. What will this be? The 6th straight year?
6 straight years, Ronnie.
The 6th straight year they've gone to the postseason if they can do it this season. Wow.
Well, they've been fantastic at proving a lot of people wrong, and maybe they'll do it again this season. They've got some questions with their starting rotation. I think as the season goes along, they're going to get some help in that area when we get into June, when Shane Boz will become available, and then Drew Rasmussen and Jeffrey Springs, hopefully after that. Just for the first 2 months, just play 500, 510, 520 ball. If they can do that, then I think the reinforcements will give them a chance to put them over the top and back into the postseason.
We're hoping so, and it all begins tomorrow afternoon at Tropicana Field. By the way, I don't think we gave away a 4-pack of tickets yesterday. See, I threw away the show sheet. What do we have to give away on the program today?
It doesn't. Oh, we got Def Leppard tickets.
Def Leppard coming to town. How about that with Journey?
With Journey, they're coming to Camping World Stadium over in Orlando on July the 10th. So we're going to give a lucky listener Def Leppard tickets at some point. I know there's supposed to be other surprise guests, Mathis. Is there one coming up after this, or?
He's checking
not quite yet. No, yeah, not right this next segment. But just be ready. We do have to break here in about a minute.
All right, check your sheet, man.
All right, we're checking our sheet. So, want to thank Jason Light for joining us. What a great time it was to have him on the show. I mean, he was just driving past the Hard Rock. You're going to stop right in. It would have been awesome.
We would have found a cigar for him. I guarantee you that.
We do have a box of cigars.
Absolutely.
That are right on the table right there, Ronnie.
Arturo Fuentes, right?
They are. They're Fuentes, and there's like assorted cigars. It's a box of 10. So we're going to have a smoke at some point, maybe after our dinner over at Council Oak. We're just going to kind of, unwind and have a cigar and reminisce about 10 years without getting third prize, which I think is
truly amazing.
The biggest really surprise and achievement of this show is not getting third prize all these years.
Stunning, man, stunning. When they called us in for our last contract negotiations, we were both like, this is probably going to be it, man. They're going to say, get out and don't come back.
Well, that almost happened, and there was some contentious dialogue going back and forth.
Yes, there was.
For a few weeks, but cooler heads always do prevail because, look, we love doing what we do here, and we want to continue to do it for as long as we possibly can. All right, we're live here at the L Bar inside the Hard Rock for our final show. It's Ronnie T-Kras. We're going to be on the air to 6 p.m., so come on down and join us. Your calls and texts are always welcome. And on the other side, more great moments from the show. I have one or two, Ronnie, that just popped into my head that I'm going to share with you and everyone else on the way back right here on WDAE.
Tomorrow is opening day. Join WDAE live from Tropicana Field as we stay live and local from the sunrise to first pitch of the home slate. On the radio home of the Tampa Bay Rays, 95.3 WDAE and AM 620. Streaming live on Alexa and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by the Central Florida Behavioral Health Network and the Department of Children and Families.
From the Whatever It Takes Moss Nissan Traffic Center.
WDAE Traffic Update.
Tough ride this afternoon with heavy thunder showers moving onshore now throughout Tampa Bay. We're seeing delays on southbound 19 approaching Tarpon Avenue due to a crash. Also one on southbound Dale Mabry south of Waters in Tampa. All lanes are blocked there. Avoid that area by using Himes or even southbound Veterans Expressway. North and southbound 275, it's slow between 60 and I-4. Northbound 75 jammed up from before 60 to I-4. With traffic, I'm Randy Myers.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Guys, from the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Partly cloudy and windy with afternoon thunderstorms, high 84 degrees. Storms overnight, low 69. Tomorrow, morning showers and a sunny and breezy afternoon, high 76 degrees.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Broadcasting from the Rude Air Conditioning Studios, this is Tampa Bay Sports Radio, 95.3 WDAE and AM 620. Whoa, we're halfway done? Already? How did these guys get off at 6 tonight? Who made that call? Can we get them to stay longer? It's the home stretch. The ride into the sunset. I don't know how much more I can handle of this. Back to Ronnie and T-Kras live from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino on WDAE.
At the tone, please record your message.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, T-Kras. It's Dave Michigan with the Lightning. I want to congratulate both of you on a terrific partnership and a great run as partners on the radio. Always enjoyed coming on with you guys. I wish you both the best for continued success.
Ronnie, T-Kras, what's up, fellas? Jay Retcher here. Sorry I can't be there today over at Emily Arena for the Lightning matchup with them. Will you leave me alone? I know. They're crazy colored shoes. I get it.
Wow.
I get it. I'm trying to record our message here. Damn it, Phil.
Let's go, Lightning.
Congratulations, guys. What an incredible run here at WDAE. I know you guys are going to crush it in your new roles. Enjoy the rest of your time at the Hard Rock. Stay out of trouble. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Ronnie and T-Kras, Kevin Cash here with the Rays. Just wanted to congratulate and thank you both for all the work that you guys have done in our sports community in the Tampa Bay area. I've always enjoyed listening to you. I know your fan base has always enjoyed listening to you. It's always been a very fair and entertaining assessment, and for that, we all appreciate. We have a better fan base in our Tampa Bay area because of both of you. Thank you.
Very nice.
How about that?
Very nice, Kevin Cash. We appreciate that. Hey, welcome back. We're at the L Bar at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Final edition of the Ronnie and T-Kras show, and it's great to have a little studio audience here at the L Bar. We appreciate you guys for coming out. We're going to be here until 6 o'clock, so, Tom, the hits just keep on coming. How about Kevin Cash right there?
I'm a big fan of Kevin Cash, Ronnie. You are as well. He is one of the best managers in baseball. I mean, year in and year out. And he's the longest tenured manager, I believe, in Major League Baseball.
We have the longest tenured manager in Major League Baseball in this market. We have the longest tenured coach in hockey in this market.
Correct.
And Cooper.
And John Cooper, who is a future Hall of Famer, winner of back-to-back Stanley Cups. So we love Kevin Cash, every once in a while, for a lineup decision. Game 6, Blake Snell. I mean, I remember I went crazy there, and that probably what precipitated, that liner that he gave us a couple of years ago, even though your mother blanked everything we do.
Exactly.
But he's always been a big fan, and that was always in jest, too. So he understands what we do for a living, and
but like he said, we're fair. We don't get personal with the criticisms.
Which is fine. I mean, the guys can certainly handle that. When you get personal, that's when you cross the line. And then, respect is lost. And, your credibility is lost as well. But I want to tell a couple of stories, Roddy, because I was thinking about, some of the great moments we've had on the show. And I remember comedian Jim Brewer came on that one time, and you had the very famous line to him as he was leaving the show. I hope a blizzard hits just your house. Where I think he was making light of a blizzard, where people actually died, somewhere in the northern states or something. So he made light of it. And
he made light of watching the news.
Right.
That's what it was, and that kind of upset me a little bit. But that's all right. It happens.
It's freaking hilarious. Yeah. So it's funny you mentioned, the managers and the pro sports teams, and we greatly respect the Bucks. We had Jason Light just on. We certainly appreciate him for joining us. The Bucks, the Rays with Kevin Cash, and also Brian Auld. You heard from him. He sent me a wonderful message when I lost my dad, and I'll never forget that. So I want to thank you, Brian Auld, and the Rays organization and their marketing team for sending over that sympathy note the other day. It really, honestly, it got to me because, it's been such an emotional time for me and my family the last few months. But Joe Madden, I remember this was probably about 10 years ago, I want to say, and he opened Ava down in South Tampa. So I went down there one Sunday night. I think it was one of the first nights it opened. And I remember walking in with a young lady I was with at the time. And she's like, oh, there's Joe Madden over there. Blah, blah, blah. And it was packed. And there were only 2 open seats in the entire place. All the tables, obviously, were taken up. So there were 2 seats at the bar. So myself and my lady friend, we decided to sit down, and Joe Madden and, his wife at the time were there. And everyone's coming up to Joe and taking pictures and everything else. Obviously, just opened the place. And, my friend at the time was like, hey, you want to go up to Joe Madden? I go, I don't know if he really knows me. And I had just started doing the extra inning show where there were,
it's a Rays post-game show for those who don't remember. Yeah,
right. I used to do the inside pitch or whatever the hell it was called back then, pass ball. And then we used to do the post-game show after the Rays post-game show, which was the extra inning show, where I would come on, and after a bad loss, I would fly off the handle, which, a lot of you probably heard. And Joe Madden probably heard too. And I know we did, because so my friend goes up and says, hey, Joe, can you take a picture with us? And so he looks at her, and then he looks around her, and he sees me, and he's like, he kind of nods his head there. So we take a picture, and I put my hand out. Joe, I don't know if you know Tom Krasniqi, WDAE. He shakes my hand. He looks me right in the eye. He's like, oh, I know who you are. Driving home from the Rays games, I listened to that post-game show of yours, and then right away, all of a sudden, my mind is going into rewind like, oh, man, all these rants and all these times where I criticized Joe for taking a pitcher out or doing a hit-and-run play that didn't turn out too well and everything else, lineup decisions. All of these thoughts are going through my head as he's telling me these things. And then he goes, listen, I realize what you do for a living. I respect it. And same thing with Kevin Cash. The thing that I like about you is you make it entertaining, good, bad, or indifferent, but you don't take shots. Absolutely, there are some plays that you can criticize me for, and I will absolutely take full responsibility for that, but I understand what you do, and I really appreciate it. He goes, there were so many times where I'd be driving back, and you still live on Bayshore at the time, where I'd be laughing my ass off at some things that you've said, and even though you were criticizing me, I just thought it was really funny. So Joe and I have become pretty close since then, and he's a wonderful man, and I really hope that he does get another opportunity to manage again.
I do too, because it's sad that he's not managing baseball. He is baseball, man, and I learned so much from Joe Madden just listening to him. I remember in 2008 when I was working for Sirius XM covering Major League Baseball, and my producer was like, you spent some time in the Tampa Bay market, right? And I went, yeah. He goes, you know Joe Madden? I go, not really. I mean, I don't like knowing, but he goes, we got to get an interview with him. So I'm kind of afraid to approach him. I said, oh, he's probably easy to approach. Walked up to Joe Madden, introduced. He goes, I know who you are, and you have as much time with me as you like, because I know you are from the Tampa Bay market originally, and it's great that you're here with XM covering Major League Baseball. So let's sit down. Let's have a conversation. That's Joe. You know him. That's him, man.
That's Joe. And I remember when he left here and he took the Cubs job, and then, of course, led them to the World Series in 2016. And then he came back to the station, and we had him on, and I mentioned to him I'd been to Chicago, but I'd never been to Wrigley Field. And then he looked at me. He's like, are you kidding me?
You got to come to Wrigley, dog.
He goes, listen to me. He goes, come out to Wrigley. Let me know when you're coming to Wrigley. I'll set everything up. So myself, and along with my good friend Chris Elias, whom you know, worked at Bay News 9 for many, many years as their sports director. So we made a trip. We went out there. And we had gotten tickets already. I didn't want to bother Joe with that, but I texted Joe, and he was out in Colorado. He was on a road trip. And while he was on the road, they were coming back home. He texted me. He's like, okay, what day are you coming in? I told him the day. He goes, I'm going to have on-field passes waiting for you on this day. Come on the field, and I'll meet you there. So it was incredible. We got the passes. We went on the field, and there were so many people on the field before the game. The Cubs were playing the Rockies that day. And Joe Manning comes out of the dugout. This is the year after they won the World Series, so obviously everybody wants a part of Joe. Everyone wants a couple minutes with Joe. Joe sees me and my friend, and he stiff arms everybody, and he makes a beeline right for us, comes up to me, gives me a hug. My friend Chris is a huge Cubs fan, as you know. So he talked with us for 10, 15 minutes. He took pictures with us. Where are you guys sitting? Oh, we're sitting on. He goes, no, you're not. He goes, right behind home plate. I goes, I got.
That's Joe, man.
That's Joe, and that's just the way Joe is, and he'll go above and beyond for you. And we certainly appreciate his friendship over these many years.
No doubt about that. So we wish Joe the best, and this is, us doing this broadcast and looking at all the wonderful texts that are coming in. Congratulations from all over, from the 813 on the Bartow Ford DAE text platform. There's a guy from the 727, and I echo his thoughts. I thought when you were on the Dan Patrick show, when Tom Brady was here, that was one of the best interviews I heard. And Dan Patrick, we know how good he is at interviewing, but you were very smooth and represented the Bay Area with grace and true professionalism, says his text. And that is absolutely correct, man.
And I appreciate that text very much, and I remember that as well. Dan is awesome in the fact that when you go on his show, he makes it a conversation. It's not just question-answer. It's question, thought, counterpoint, and he made me feel really comfortable in that regard, and I'll never forget that. That was an awesome moment for me in my career, and I want to thank Dan for having me on as well. And he had me on a time after that, too. So I appreciate that texter for remembering that. That is just awesome.
It is. All right, we're having a blast here at the L Bar at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We're going to have some guests from the casino join us here in just a little bit.
Yep, and when we come back, we're going to have our special friends from the Hard Rock joining us. Plus, Ronnie, we have another audio message that I was just made privy to that we will be playing on the way back from a certain superstar here in the Tampa Bay area. So you're going to hear that. You're going to hear from our friends over at the Hard Rock. Up next, it is Ronnie and T-Kras, our final show, live from the L Bar here at the Hard Rock on WDAE. We'll be back.
Yo! NBA Wednesday on ESPN Radio. Kevin Durant and the Suns fighting to escape the play-in tournament go head-to-head with Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets.
Dribbling in, spins, scores. Nikola Jokic.
Coverage begins tonight at 9:30 on 95.3 WDAE and AM 620.
WDAE traffic update.
Crash in South Tampa on Henderson and Swan, one on Dale Mabry and Interbay, in the Brandon area on southbound Lithia Pinecrest south of 60, and in Largo on southbound Starkey south of Omerton. Crash on southbound 49th Street south of Park Boulevard, and we're seeing delays southbound 275 off the Howard Franklin Bridge, a crash near the exit for Omerton. Earlier crash on southbound Dale Mabry south of Waters now clear. All lanes are back open there. With traffic, I'm Randy Myers.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Partly cloudy and windy with afternoon thunderstorms, high 84 degrees. Storms overnight, low 69. Tomorrow, morning showers and a sunny and breezy afternoon, high 76 degrees.
I feel compelled to say this. As the echoes of laughter fade, leaving only the hollow sound of solitude, tears mingle with the raindrops, relentlessly falling from the sky. Damn, I'm gonna miss these guys. Now back to Mr. Lane and Mr. Krasniqi, live from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino on WDAE.
At the tone, please record your message.
Well, obviously this show is going to be terrible now. Hey guys, it's Derek Sharp, your former producer and friend. Not a former friend, you know what I'm saying.
For those of you who don't know, I was their producer for the first Making It Through Like They Liked Each Other years on the program and enjoyed every second of it. I'm here at my new job at USF, year number 7. I'm actually taping this on a beautiful day outside, which reminds me of getting up in this same car to go do your show at 4 in the morning, which, well, looking back, I hated that part of it, but I really did love the rest of it. You guys were fun to work with. You made me laugh. I'm not going to say it never seemed like work, because a lot of times it did, especially T-Kras when you were not there, but that's a different story. Thanks for all the stuff you did for me that people don't know behind the scenes. Ray's pregame show, huh? All right, I'll listen to that, Ronnie. And T-Kras, you know I won't be listening. Actually, I will.
Hey guys, Matt Silverman from the Tampa Bay Rays. Just want to wish you a wonderful life post-show. It's been a great 9 years together, and looking forward to what comes next. Happy trails to you.
Hey, this is Lightning CEO Steve Griggs. Congrats, Ronnie and T-Kras, on an amazing run. 9 years on DAE. My drive home will never, ever be the same. I wish I could be there today at the Hard Rock. We have a big game tonight with 2 points on the line versus the Bruins. Don't be strangers. We hope to see you around Emily Arena soon. Hey, T-Kras, I might even see you down on AMI.
My man, Steve Griggs, the CEO of the Lightning. I've spent many nights with him down at Anna Maria Island. Awesome people right there. Steve Griggs, Matt Silverman, the great Derek Sharp, as we welcome you back. It is Ronnie T-Kras on your radio. Great to have you with us for our final show live at the L Bar at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We're on the air until 6 o'clock, and then we'll be off the air at 6, and a lot of great listeners are here. We'll be glad-handing with them for a while, and we're here at the Hard Rock, and we want to thank our friends at the Hard Rock for having us. And to that point, with us right now, two very special friends of the show, Darian Cobb, the PR goddess here at the Hard Rock, and Steve Minnick, who's the director of entertainment here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Darian, you know we love the L Bar. This is awesome. Thanks for hosting us here today. This is incredible.
Thanks for thinking of us to host you. We're so excited for you and your new journey, and we're so happy that you guys decided to celebrate with us.
Well, thank you for having us. And Steve, thank you for having us here. And I know there are a lot of great events here at the Hard Rock. So Ronnie was telling me about a big show you've got here tonight, right?
Well, it's actually next week, but
next week?
Yeah, Teddy Swims, right?
Yeah, we have Teddy Swims coming in the house next Wednesday. Tonight we actually have Juanez for his second show. Yesterday we had his first show here.
Nice.
So, yeah, tonight is sold out as well. Teddy Swims sold out. So lots of exciting stuff here at Hard Rock, always.
Well, you know, whenever we come here and go to an event at the event center, it is an event. You guys do it right. The place, the acoustics in there are incredible, and it's intimate. You know, it's what, 2,500?
No, not even. It's 1,400 seated, and I mean, and you really can't find a bad seat in that house.
No, you can't.
And you really can't have an experience like we have. I mean, you put some of the artists that we put onto that stage. I mean, you're looking at some of the best seats in the house for something so small that for a show so big. So it's a great experience for the customers, the fans that come along.
It really is. I'll echo those sentiments from Ronnie. So I think it was maybe last year, the year before, I can't remember, when you had Steve Miller Band here. I was actually right in the front row, and that was an incredible show. And it is such an intimate setting up at the Hard Rock Event Center, and that was a great show.
Yeah, no, that was one of the most nostalgic shows that we've had here. You know, given that we're coming out of that COVID time frame too, and now it's we are just throwing something of the biggest shows that are in the market, and you don't have to go to the arena, or you don't have to go to a big venue to see some of the biggest artists anymore, and that's what we like to provide, that experience for the fans here.
And you have old school artists here too. We came to see Frankie Valli, man. That was unbelievable. How old is he? Like almost 90?
Yeah, it was pretty up there. But I mean, he still put on a great show, and the fans loved it.
Indeed. So, what big shows do you have coming in other than Teddy Swims next week?
I mean, April is jam packed. We got so many big shows. We had one of our rescheduled shows with Derek Huff coming up. Southside Johnny. We have one of our biggest things that we do is one of our pool parties, and our pool parties are huge. It's one of the biggest parties that you can find on the East Coast. And
Brian Fink's all over it, man.
Oh, Brian Fink's always there. He's our man.
You just had 50 Cent here, right?
Just 50 Cent was just here. We just had John Summit, Tiesto, Deadmau5. We got Gorgon City coming up, and we've got a full schedule for the rest of the year as well. So we look forward to announcing those shows. And iHeart's always been a great partner with us in those pool parties. So we thank you guys kindly for all the support that you've given us through the years. And you guys are just great partners.
No, you guys have been awesome as well. Is Kevin James coming here too?
Yeah, he's going to be here, in 2 weeks?
I believe so,
on the 7th, yeah. Kevin James.
That
incredible lineup.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Alyssa Etheridge is right after that, so yeah.
Some of the biggest acts, Ronnie, are here, which is great at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel Casino.
Who's your favorite?
Well, Teddy Swims is one of my favorites.
Yeah, Teddy?
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be a great show.
He's kind of new on the scene for me, an old guy. I just found out about him
he's so soulful. He's got that old school feel, but he's with that new school flavor, which is pretty cool.
He does. He's like from Georgia somewhere, right? Yeah. Good guy. He seems to be a good guy. I don't know him, obviously, but love his music.
I love Steve Miller Band. I thought that was a great show, and I know you had Jerry Seinfeld here a while back, and unfortunately I couldn't get into that show, but if he ever comes back, I would certainly love to be in the building for that.
Hey, he was a wonderful act to bring to Tampa. And the week before that, we had Wu-Tang here, which was one of the biggest shows we've ever done here. So, we just keep on, getting surprising everybody with what we got coming up, and just like to keep it fresh and give something for everybody.
SeminoleHardRockTampa.com if you want to take a look at some of the great acts that are coming through here. Get on there, get your tickets when they become available because they go real quick.
They do.
Yeah, how fast did Teddy Swim sell out?
It sold out within the first month of being on sale.
Wow. Crazy.
All right, Steve Minnick, the Director of Entertainment here at the Hard Rock. Thank you, Steve, very much.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You and Darian both.
Thanks for joining us. Steve Minnick, Darian Cobb, awesome people here at the Hard Rock. And, Ronnie, before we go to break, I teased a certain superstar here in the Tampa Bay area who wanted to drop a message for us, and no, it's not you, Blobner. Jason Barringer, if you can cue that up for us.
What's up, Ronnie and T-Kras? Congrats on a legendary run. Thank you guys for welcoming me to Tampa with open arms. It's been a blast. Hope you guys do great.
That's Tristan Wirfs, your Buccaneer left tackle.
Wow, he didn't identify himself.
Yeah, well, because that was on social media.
Oh, okay.
And, they wanted to play it for us here, so we appreciate Tristan Wirfs for stopping by. His boss, Jason Light, joined us in the last hours as a surprise guest. Now, Chris Mathis.
Yes, we do have a guest on the way, so we do have to run to a break, guys, because we have a guest ready to join you guys here any minute now.
All right, let's do it, man. We'll do a break. All right, we're live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We're in the L Bar until 6. Come out and join us. We'll be here after 6 as well, just hanging out with you on 95.3 WDAE.
What's that? Your boss won't let you listen to us during staff meetings? Don't let that old blowhard keep you out of the conversation. Stay connected. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and 953WDAE.com.
Guys,
broadcasting from the Rude Air Conditioning Studios. This is Tampa Bay's home for the best sports conversation in the Bay. We are 620 WDAE St. Petersburg, 95.3 FM W237CW Pinellas Park, 95.7 HD3 WBTP Clearwater, 96.7 FM W224BE Brandon. Streaming live on the free iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, sports, talk, and podcasts. Free. Never sounded so good. We've made it to the final hour. The last 60 minutes. Not that TV show on Sunday nights, but the last... never mind. I'm growing empty inside with each passing segment. Heartache is a silent scream, Let's return to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tampa for the final Ronnie and T-Kras show on WDAE.
At the tone, please record your message.
Ronnie and T-Kras, it's like peanut butter and jelly. It's grilled cheese and tomato soup. It's bagels and cream cheese. They just go together. If you haven't noticed yet, it's me, your degenerate gambler friend, Aaron Jacobson. Love you guys. I can't believe this run is coming to an end, but what a run it has been. Each of you has been a mentor to me, and congratulations on an amazing show run. Not many people get to do a show together as long as you two did, and what an example you've been for the rest of us. Congratulations to both of you.
Hi, it's Neil Solondz with the Rays. Congrats on your time together and best of success going forward. Ronnie, we'll enjoy hearing you before Rays games. Now give T-Kras those cue cards back. And T-Kras, Congrats on getting your own show. Does that mean we finally get some new material? You're a little out of order yourself. Congrats. Good luck. Excited for both of you.
Hey, what's up, Ronnie? What's up, T-Kras, man? So sorry to hear that the show is ending. You know, I appreciate you guys all over the years, man. I enjoyed our conversations, enjoyed our talks. Thank you guys for your ongoing support, man. I wish you well and whatever you guys are doing next, man. And hope to talk to you guys again soon. God bless.
Wow. The great Levante David, along with Neil Solondz and Aaron Jacobson, who was here in the house. Welcome back. It is the final hour of the final show. It is Ronnie and T-Kras on your radio. We're live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino inside the L Bar. Still some opportunity for you to come down. If you're just getting out of work, come on down. This is our final show. Tomorrow, Ronnie and I will begin our new endeavors with The Drive with yours truly, followed by Ronnie, now the full-time host of Inside Pitch. So a lot of great people are coming down to see us, which we certainly appreciate. A lot of great voicemail messages you've been hearing throughout the show. And Ronnie, my man, this is our final hour together, and it's going to be a memorable one, I think.
It really is, and without further ado, I think we have a guest on the horn, Chris, that we need to get on board, so let's do that. Hey, it's Ronnie and T-Kras. Who are we talking to?
What's up, guys? This is Pete from St. Louis. I was just calling in. I wanted to, kind of hear what you guys thought about the Rays bullpen as we get prepped for opening day.
Who the hell is this?
Pete from St. Louis, what?
Yeah, you guys, I'm just trying to get the feel of what you guys are thinking, as we're getting closer and closer to opening day. What are you guys thinking about the Rays bullpen?
Oh, we think the Rays bullpen is outstanding. It's one of the stronger bullpens in all of baseball.
I'm telling you, you got this guy, Pete Fairbanks.
This is Pete Fairbanks.
Pete Fairbanks with the crazy eyes and the blazing fastball and everything else. Pete Fairbanks, Rays closer.
I'm like, who the hell is this?
What's up, man? How are you?
You got us, man.
I'm just really thankful the Trop has a roof after I've been staring out the window.
Oh, this is awesome, man. It's an honor to talk to you, Pete. By the way, Miss Bobby, my wife, loves your intensity when you walk between the lines, man. It's unmatched. She just goes crazy. Here comes Pete. We got to win.
I appreciate it. And it seems to come up a lot. And I've been trying to dial it back to where it's just at the field. Sometimes it slips out when I'm like playing my wife in like a Catan game or like a Monopoly deal. And she doesn't seem to appreciate that very much. So, I'm just trying to, make sure we're honing it in so it's just on the field.
Well, I mean, look, you bring that intensity. We certainly appreciate that. I know the Rays fans appreciate that. Ronnie and I certainly appreciate that. You got the curtain opening on your season tomorrow. So give us an idea of the butterflies, the excitement surrounding a new Rays baseball season that starts tomorrow at the Trop. We're going to be there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it. 6 weeks is a long time to have the games kind of be a threat more than they are actual games. So it'll be good to take out the more objective goals and subjective things to work on and really go out there and try and put numbers in the win now.
I was down watching you guys in spring training, and I saw Randy Arozarena. Do you have him on some sort of Popeye diet? I mean, what the hell happened, man? It looks like he blew his chest up.
Yeah, I think what he said in 2020 when he came back, he ate a lot of chicken and a lot of rice.
Yes.
So I'm guessing he must either doubled or tripled the recipe and, make sure he was getting his calories in this offseason.
Well, if I remember correctly, I think he was doing like 250 push-ups in the chicken and rice. I think it's up to 500 push-ups a day now, the way he looks. But he looks primed for a big season. And, Ronnie and I are always enamored and amazed by the Rays bullpen, led by you, led by Jason Adam with all of his dad jokes and everything else. How many more dad jokes is he telling during spring training, by the way?
Look, Garrett Clevenger and I lived together for a little bit of the spring. He can't turn it off. It is more of a curse than a blessing, but it is incessant. It's just you can't stop. Like the Chili Pepper song, it's just over and over again.
Rays reliever Pete Fairbanks is joining us here, a surprise guest, as we bid our farewell with this portion of our program, the Ronnie and T-Kras portion of the program. We're both going to be still around here. T-Kras is going to be doing a new show called The Drive from 3 to 7 every day. And yours truly, I will be on Inside Pitch preceding Rays baseball. But, Pete, I got to ask you, man, how much grief did you guys give Brandon Lau for giving himself a black eye with a hammer?
Personally, I couldn't give him that much. I thought that my black eye story was today was a lot funnier, at least, than his. And I thought that given the man of his stature, he would have just hired somebody to, take the mold in or whatever he was taking off for him. But instead, he wanted to do his little HGTV thing and blacked his own eye in the process.
Pete Fairbanks is with us. So give us the one guy that you've seen from afar, at spring training. I know you're watching games, but give us the one guy that you've been most impressed with. It could be a newcomer. It could be a guy who is about to have that breakthrough season. So who's impressed you the most this spring?
I mean, I gotta ride with my guy, my other roomie, Garrett Clevenger. I know that, he felt like he was in a great place, obviously ACL last year, and the stuff is there. He's added a little rifle spin slider, and I think Garrett is going to be a huge piece for us this year.
So when you guys see the prognosticators, the professional guys who supposedly know what's going on in baseball, I'm talking about us media guys, not me and Tom, but some of the national media, not giving you guys a lot of props this season. They have the Jays ahead of you, even have the Yankees ahead of you. Obviously, Baltimore, the defending champs in the American League East. But how do you guys feel as a team about how other people see you?
This will be my technically sixth season here, and I don't think anybody's ever been super high on the Rays. So, for us, it's kind of par for the course. It is what it is. We're going to go out there and do what we've done over, the past 5-6 years and let the chips fall where they may. But, we're a confident group in what we have in the clubhouse, and we're excited for this season to kind of kick off.
Well, the season begins tomorrow. It's not like you guys haven't had any success. I don't know. You've made it to the postseason like 5 years in a row, so I think it very well could be 6 years in a row. We're going to find out beginning tomorrow. We know it's a long season. We certainly appreciate you, Pete, for checking in with us on our final show. Thanks for joining us. Stay healthy, and good luck beginning tomorrow, my man.
Hey, thank you, guys. It's a pleasure to be able to sneak on one of these.
Well, you are welcome at any time. You know that, Pete.
Yes, sir.
23, 9, thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
You got it, man.
Thanks, Pete. That's Pete Fairbanks, Rays closer, a surprise guest, and we'll have another surprise guest coming up at the bottom of the hour. We have a not-so-surprise guest.
Wow.
What are
right
you doing,
here.
man? What's up?
Zach Blobner.
I've been waiting for you guys to call me. I'm standing there. I'm staring at you. Just call me in. I had to send Chris Mathis away just to get a mic.
I mean, you're here. Why do we have to call you? You're here. You can just walk right on over.
I said, Chris, go grab those drinks. I'll take care of it for 5 minutes.
Drinks. I saw your gift. Drinks are on the house. So
on the house. I don't shine shoes no more. I don't know if they told you guys.
I know. You're this big co-host now. I mean, you leave the Ronnie and T-Kras show, and now your nose is in the air. I mean, I'm Zach Blobner, the co-host. I'm the Z-Man. I'm doing my thing.
I got a black cowboy hat.
I got a black cowboy hat on. I'm emceeing events for Bruce Arians. I look like Jim Ross. I mean, what's going on with you, man?
I knew the only way was up after you guys. So it was nice to kind of step up the ladder. No, I was joking, actually, when I got in here, and I was saying, things happen so quick and so crazy. We never actually had a final show that we were aware of. when I was on the program, because we got all the news about the shakeup after our program, and then it was the weekend, and then we live in a new world. And, it's kind of cool to see you guys doing this, because bluntly, I feel like I get to kind of see my finale as well. And, Chris gets a lot of love from me. I've told Mathis he's crushing it. Good to see him sticking around and doing what he's doing with you guys. But, man, it's just so special to see you guys here and doing this. And I'm happy for you.
Ronnie and I are very proud of you, because we were all together. We were talking about this in the first hour. I don't know if you were listening.
Never.
But no, never. During COVID, which was a very interesting time for everybody, and, I was at my home, Ronnie was at his home, but each and every day, Zach Blobner went into the iHeart studios wearing a hazmat suit and braved it and did an incredible job throughout that entire process and through that entire time period where we were all fearing for whatever it was that we were dealing with at the time. So
we got to give you props, man.
We want to give you props, because you did really some extraordinary work throughout that time.
No, it was fantastic to be able to work with you guys, though. I mean, and that was, everybody talks about listening during those times and how y'all got them through it and how it felt like family.
Yeah.
We've had people tonight coming up to me saying the same. I'm sure you've heard it. But I felt the same way being in studio. I don't know how many times I told my now wife, Ariel, I'm like, if it was any other two cats in there, I'm out. I'm like, this is not fun. It's eerie, it's spooky. But to be able to be with you guys and do what we did during that span, and I still pump my chest out. Back-to-back show of the year here, iHeartRadio.
Yes,
during that span,
it was outstanding.
Nationally ranked for a few years there.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
We did all right.
Yeah, we did okay.
We did okay. Well, I just want to say congrats. I know you guys got a tight show. We got some big guests coming up.
No, we got nothing.
We got nothing.
Wait until you see what's on the other side of this commercial break.
What?
Tell Pat and Aaron to come up here for a second.
Yeah,
they've been here all day.
Get those two clowns over there. But
Pat and Aaron.
They said something about not wanting to be on air.
Get up here for a second.
Pat's like, let's go.
So before you go, Zach, and you're going, favorite moment of the show?
Yes.
Is what?
So I thought of this already. I was hoping you'd ask. On air, it'll always be Alshimon Jeffrey.
Love that.
Because it's the only time Ronnie was wrong but convinced us he was right.
I'm telling you.
Every other time you've slipped, we've been like, no.
He was so certain.
You've never been more convincing of a performance in your life when you got us to believe that Alshimon Jeffrey was a real
It was actually Alshimon Singleton.
Right.
It was a linebacker from back in the day.
That was on air. Off air, it was when it was raining hard as hell at the Trop.
Oh, yeah.
And Ronnie's like, I ain't getting these shoes dirty. And you ran barefoot.
No, man, nothing worse than wet, stinking tennis shoes, man. So I take them off.
Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed both those moments.
That was good call, because that was one that Ronnie and I were remembering for quite a long time. The scene of Ronnie running down 16th Street barefoot in the rain was something I'll never forget.
Well, I appreciate you guys. I'm just hoping I don't end up like Joe Pesci did in Goodfellas.
Come on now. That's not going to stop.
We might take you to a room later. The great Zach Blobner, now a big shot in the middays.
All right.
And now we're joined by two big shots in Morning Drive, Pat and Aaron, good friends of ours. Fellas, we appreciate you guys for coming on down.
You guys didn't tell us about the schedule in mornings, man. We're still trying to get used to it.
Well, we were trying to warn you. I know I talked to Aaron about this many times as well, but it is what it is. But you guys sound great.
Yeah,
Thank you. Congratulations, guys. What a run. What a run.
We just got third prize. What are you talking about?
Third prize? You know who third prize on the station is. It's me and Pat.
No, not at all, man.
No, amazing. And like I said, you heard my message earlier, which I was trying to figure out the lip sync version of it so I could lip sync in front of you guys while I was playing, but mentors, you both know, when I was doing WFLA for years, you both have been mentors for me, so love it. Love what you guys have done, and love that I'm going to be able to continue to see you guys in different roles.
Outstanding. And Pat, for you and me, we're still going to be partners on Buccaneers broadcast. I look forward to it, man. It's been a blast working with you.
I wouldn't know what the hell to do on a Sunday morning if I wasn't hanging out with you, Ronnie Lane. So I'm looking forward to football season again, and I'm glad you'll be doing that, and glad you'll be doing the inside pitch as well. Baseball coverage is better now.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, I look forward, on Sundays, I haven't told you guys this, but every Sunday, Pat Donovan takes a picture of him and Ronnie, and he puts it out there. Hey, Buccaneer pregame show, and Ronnie always looks like he's in a little bit of a daze every Sunday. It's like I look forward to the picture. It's like, what kind of picture is Ronnie going to put out there today with Pat Donovan?
Pat goes, Ronnie, the camera's up on this end.
Next year, I'm starting a new tradition. I'm going to take a picture with Ronnie every day before the game, and then I'm going to run down to the DAE studio and sneak a picture of T-Kras trying to figure out how the hell to get the TV to put the game on.
Oh my gosh, dude! You want to talk about like searching for the Holy Grail every Sunday, dude? Is trying to get that TV to work.
Oh my God!
You got to be kidding!
I couldn't get when the games were in South Korea last week to start the baseball season. I don't know if you heard. I was freaking out.
I did hear.
I couldn't figure it out.
I said I know exactly what he's going through because the same thing happened to me and Tom.
And the listeners, and I'm sure some of them are here, they were calling me an idiot. The text line was not nice to me.
No, it's not easy.
It's basically baseball's fault. They don't promote that correctly. You turn on the TV. Is that a live baseball game? Is it spring training? What's going on? No, it's a real game.
You see this? Chris Mathis delivering
look at Chris
drinks.
Mathis. So Chris
Mathis. What do we have here? Oh, Lord.
He went over. You got this from Council Oak?
A smoked old-fashioned from Council Oak.
Which is like my favorite drink.
Well, did you get a raise or something? You can't afford these drinks?
They literally asked me if I was 21 years old. They said, "You look really young. Can I see your ID?" I said, "Yeah," and I still showed them the ID, and they still said, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm 25.
Oh, my gosh.
You could have fooled us, but thank you very much for getting these drinks. Council
Guys,
Oak.
congrats. It was fun.
Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it. I'll see you during football season for sure.
Yes, sir. Pat and Aaron doing a great job on mornings. We certainly appreciate them for their support and for them being here for our final show. We will take a timeout, Ronnie. We got 40 minutes left. Now, when we come back, we're being told that there is another special guest that will join us. We've had a couple of them already, Jason Line and Pete Fairbanks. And we will have another special guest with us here on the final show. It's the final hour of Ronnie T-Kras. We're live at the L Bar at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino all the way up until 6 o'clock. We'll be back on WDAE.
Yeah. Tomorrow is opening day. Join WDAE live from Tropicana Field as we stay live and local from the sunrise to first pitch of the home slate. On the radio home of the Tampa Bay Rays, 95.3 WDAE and AM 620. Streaming live on Alexa and the free iHeartRadio app. Presented by the Central Florida Behavioral Health Network and the Department of Children and Families.
WDAE traffic update.
Thunder showers moving across Tampa Bay at this time, slowing traffic on northbound Veterans from Gun Highway to the exit for Dale Mabry. Northbound 275 pretty much jammed up from the St. Pete side of the Howard Franklin Bridge through downtown Tampa and northbound to around Sly. Eastbound I-4, it's slow from before 301 out towards McIntosh Road. We're seeing delays too in St. Pete on southbound 275, 31st Street to the Skyway Toll Plaza. With traffic, I'm Randy Myers.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Guys, the Cool Today Weather Center, cooltoday.com.
Our warm and sunny 84-degree early afternoon has given way to clouds and storms with strong winds and hail possible. Overnight low 66. Partly cloudy tomorrow, windy and cooler, high 75 degrees.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then, Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Broadcasting from the Rude Air Conditioning Studios, this is Tampa Bay Sports Radio, 95.3 WDAE and AM 620.
103, 1, 2, 3.
Home of the best box coverage. Let's get back out to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino as the world spins on. Can we just say, stuck in this moment? I'll be planting a tree in their honor. Where's my drink? It's the final Ronnie and T-Kras show. on WDAE.
At the tone, please record your message.
This is South Florida women's basketball head coach Jose Fernandez. I want to send my best to Ronnie and my boy T-Kras, a.k.a. Manolo. You know who you are. Thank you for your coverage of South Florida athletics, our student athletes, and our athletic programs over the last decade. Wishing both of you all the best. Horns up and go Bulls.
Hey, it's Pat Donovan. Just want to say congratulations to my friends Ronnie and T-Kras on such a great run here at WDAE and even before that. And T-Kras, good luck with that even more hideous afternoon show. And Ronnie, congrats on getting to spend more time with your family and still being around to help us out with Inside Pitch. And, of course, I look forward to working with you this football season on the Buccaneer Radio Network.
Ronnie and T-Kras, it's Cynthia Freeland from the NFL Network. I just wanted to thank you so much for letting me be a small part of such an epic show. You guys are the best in Tampa, the best in the South, obviously. I really appreciated all the laughs and all the fun we had over the years. You guys are the best, and I can't wait to see what's next. Thank you so much again, and all of the best on all of the fun things to come.
Ronnie and T-Kras, Eric Neander here, taking a quick break from our own Match Madness over here to congratulate you both on an incredible run together. Commodore 64s, Nunyas, Fred Astaire comps, questionable. And speaking of questionable, more questions about Brandon Lau's skill set than I can remember. But most of all, thank you for having me on and keeping us as an organization grounded and telling it like it is. Your passion for Tampa Bay sports in this community is unmatched. So as the great Kevin Cash would say, even though you MF everything that we do, congratulations, thank you for what you've done together, and thank you for all that's ahead. Let's go get that World Series.
All right, man. Let's get that World Series, Eric Neander.
I'm telling you, man, when I hear all of these tributes, and it really brings a tear to my eye, Ronnie, and it's a surreal moment. I think I was telling you, I was driving over here today. It's just like, wow, this is our final show after 10 years at DAE. I know we've had a couple of stops at a number of other different places, but to hear these distinguished guests, these people
no doubt
in the Tampa Bay area from all the pro sports franchises, from USF, to see all these wonderful listeners that have come up to us. I mean, it makes me so fortunate and blessed to be in this position sitting next to you all these years. And this is one of those moments where, I am almost speechless. I really am. And just so incredibly overwhelmed by the support and love that everyone has shown here today. This has just been awesome.
Yeah, I was driving over here with my wife, Miss Bobby, and I was thinking, wow, our show, our time together is really coming to an end, man. I might get a little emotional before this show is over, but we've had a great time. We've been through many ups and downs. We've both worked at places we've been fired at.
Yes, sir.
It's just crazy. And we were telling that story about, I don't even want to get into it because this is such a happy time, but this business is crazy. And for us to be able to do what we're doing and do it on our terms, basically, and for a company that believes in both of us to give us this opportunity and give us an opportunity to go in different directions with the same company, truly amazing. So we have to thank our higher-ups at iHeart for allowing this to happen. It doesn't happen like this always in this business.
Correct.
Usually it's an ugly goodbye.
Well, you just said it. We're doing this on our terms. I mean,
right.
We weren't pushed out. We weren't pushed to the side. We're doing this on our terms. So it starts right at the very top with our market president, Chris Sektig, Tommy Chuck, who's awesome, our director of programming, John Momola, our program director, our executive producer, Chris Mathis, Pat and Aaron, Jay and Zach, all the great people, DJ Jamie Ferreira, James Berlander is here looking sharp. I mean, so many wonderful co-workers are here. We certainly appreciate and we love each and every one of you. Now,
if I could just say two things about these two guys right here, and I'm not just pointing them out, but I can go into the building at any hour, and one or both of them are always there. I mean,
always.
The people behind the scenes that make what we do,
they are just wonderful people, and we've been incredibly blessed to have them around us for as long as we have. So it's been a great ride. It really has. Now, Ronnie, I am being told that, thank you all very much. I'm being told, Ronnie, that we have another very special guest with us on the Central Florida Behavioral Health Network DA hotline. Learn more at cfbhn.org. We have no idea who's on the line with us right now, but Ronnie and T-Kras here, and who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
Well, gentlemen, good afternoon. It's Brian Ford with the Buccaneers. How are you?
Oh, my gosh. What's up, B?
How are you, Brian?
I'm well. I'm kind of bittersweet. You guys have been a part of what I've been doing here with the Buccaneers almost my whole tenure, almost 18 years. You've been there for 10 of them. So I just had to call in and say congratulations and thank you. More importantly, thank you.
Brian Ford, we appreciate it, and we certainly appreciate what you and the Buccaneers have done for this community, and it means the world to me and Tom that you took the time out of your busy schedule to give us a little buzz today, bro.
No. I just, on behalf of the Glazer family, our entire organization, and thank you for allowing our players to come on, and Jason earlier, and me. You guys have been a big part of the sports community, and, I wish you both nothing but the best. It's not like you're going anywhere, but, I've always tuned in, and the Ronnie and T-Kras show, it's been a part of Tampa sports for 10 years, and I really wanted to say on behalf of all of us down here at One Buck, thank you. Thank you for all the memories, all the special events, and all that you've meant to Tampa sports.
Well, we want to thank you, Brian Ford, and the Buccaneers for your support. And Jason did call in the last hour. We had some fun with him. I know he's very busy. He was driving back from the owners' meetings, and I know you were there too. I know Todd Bowles is a very busy man, and we hope to get with him at some point. And we just want to say thanks. Levante David gave us a heartfelt message as well. One of the great ambassadors, one of the greatest players in Buccaneer history. So,
well, not just him, Ali Marpet. Tristan Wirfs. I mean, you guys are just incredible. So we thank all of you.
You guys, you've touched us all, and it's gotten personal. So, you guys have meant a lot to us in many ways. So stay safe and stay together, and you're always welcome at One Buck. Together or individually, we look forward to doing more stuff in the future, and I'm quite certain that we will be.
We will, and before you go, just fill us in one more time on a big event you got coming up. You're bringing somebody back special for that in Gronkowski, so tell us about the Cut for the Cure here real quick and when that's going down, because that's one of my favorite events for pediatric cancer.
Yeah, no, Rob actually came back and did a little video and filmed some stuff. He's the Grand Marshal for the upcoming Boston Marathon coming up on April 15th. And he found out that it's going to be my 20th year running a marathon. He said, B, you got to do Boston. I'm like, I'll never qualify. He said, you're in. You just got to run for my foundation, and we'll support the kids together. And we had a lot of fun putting something together, and he is a remarkable man and unbelievable Gronk Foundation, and he's coming back. He's still here in Tampa, and not only it's not going to stop in Boston. He's actually going to come back on June 6th and come right here to the Advent Health Training Center and shave his head, have a little boy or a little girl shave his head and my head, and all for awareness and to try to raise some funds for pediatric cancer. So exciting time. But first I got to get by the boss, and he tells me that I got to hit the hill here. So Heartbreak Hill. So there's a lot of eyes watching me. So I got to make sure I'm training here before April 15th, right?
Absolutely.
All right, well, get back in the gym. Brian Ford, we certainly appreciate it, the COO of your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thanks very much for being a part of our lives, and you will continue to be a part of us moving forward. And thank you to the Buccaneer organization, Brian. We appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you. You guys are always class acts, and we wish you nothing but the best. And thank you for all the memories and all the support. And your listeners are going to miss you. And thank you to everybody out there. And you drive safe. It's getting kind of ugly out there after you leave the Hard Rock.
We ain't going nowhere. We're not freaking leaving.
We're not going anywhere.
There you go. Now you're talking. Well, enjoy and congratulations, and thank you again for all the memories.
Thanks, Brian Ford, COO, Chief Operating Officer at your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
We really appreciate him all these years. He's such a positive guy, too. Like, all these training camp broadcasts we've ever done, Brian Ford is always a guy. He goes up there, he glad hands, the season ticket holders, the fans.
I go, man, how can you be so freaking happy? It's 1,000 degrees out here.
And he's like, it's such a great day here to be a Buccaneer fan. And, he's shaking our hands. It was great to have you here, He's just so positive and so full of energy, and we certainly appreciate him for that, man. What a great dude.
Indeed, man. So, we're blessed to have great sports organizations here with the Bucks, the Lightning, the Rays. The Lightning have a big game tonight. That's why some of their folks wanted to be on with us, but they've got a big game against the stinking Boston Bruins tonight.
I don't like the Bruins. 7-0 Lightning.
I don't like any team from Boston.
How about that?
Yeah, how about that? 7-0. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. Kucherov. Good for Kucherov. And Braden Point and DeClaire and Matt Dumba. The deadline acquisitions. Julian Brisbois doing a tremendous job. And let's go Bolts, man. Let's take down Boston.
We haven't talked enough about what the Lightning are doing right now, because a couple of weeks ago, I think people were freaking out about whether or not they were going to make the playoffs. I think that question has been answered resoundingly by that road trip where they had a chance to get 10 points, and they got 9 out of 10 points on a brutal road trip, including stops at Florida. I think Florida you can consider the best team in hockey right now, right?
You can. They're in the conversation. For sure.
They won that game, and they got 9 out of 10 possible points on that road trip, and they face a big Eastern Conference opponent tonight in Boston. So let's go Lightning.
Let's go Lightning. Let's do it. Go Bolts. 11 games left. 7 of those games are at home. All right, we're coming down the home stretch. 1 week get back on the other side. Final thoughts, the final segment, the last word on our way out. We are live at the L Bar, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The final hurrah for Ronnie and T-Kras coming up next.
Tomorrow, join WDAE as we welcome in a new era in afternoons across Tampa Bay and around the world. Buckle up for The Drive with T-Kras. A new beginning for a new era of Tampa Bay sports conversation. Rays, Bucks, Bolts, and more. Join us and punch that preset for the debut of The Drive with T-Kras. Live from Tropicana Field on 95.3 WDAE and AM 620.
From the Whatever It Takes Moss Nissan Traffic Center. WDAE
traffic update. Heavy rain showers moving across Tampa Bay, slowing traffic on all of the interstates. Wherever you're going, leave a lot of extra time. Southbound 275, a wreck near 54th Avenue North. 2 left lanes are blocked here. Traffic jammed up from well before Gandy. Also, we're seeing big delays towards the Skyway Bridge from 31st Street South to the St. Pete Toll Plaza. Northbound 275, left lane blocked just before the Skyway Bridge. North and southbound 275 jammed up in Tampa, West Shore to I-4 and northbound to Bush Boulevard. With traffic, I'm Randy Myers.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
I had so many dreams, but life quickly got in the way. Then Rasmussen University saw my true potential and gave me the support and confidence I needed to become who I am today. Rasmussen University. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need for the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, it's guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Our warm and sunny 84-degree early afternoon has given way to clouds and storms with strong winds and hail possible. Overnight low 66. Partly cloudy tomorrow, windy and cooler, high 75 degrees.
At the tone, please record your message.
Ronnie T-Kras, this is Pete Fairbanks. Just wanted to congratulate you guys on a historic run in the Tampa Bay area. You know, what you guys have brought to the sports community here is unmatched. And, you know, I don't think we would be in the same spot today without you guys. So whether you were raking us over the coals or pumping our tires, you know, we appreciate you guys and your run, and we can't wait to see what comes next.
Hey, Ronnie and T-Kras, it's Jordan Whitehead here. Hate to hear that the show's ending. Us Bucks fans will miss you.
congrats on the next journey, and wish you the best of luck.
Hi, this is Michael Kelly, Athletic Director at the University of South Florida. I just want to take this chance to salute and congratulate Ronnie and T-Kras on an incredible run with this 9-year show. We appreciate everything you did for Tampa Bay sports, and we certainly appreciate everything you did to salute and to promote our student athletes and coaches at USF. Best wishes in the future, and go Bulls.
What's up, Ronnie and T-Kras? Congrats on a legendary run. Thank you guys for welcoming me to Tampa with open arms. It's been a blast. Hope you guys do great.
Hi, this is John Cooper, head coach of your Tampa Bay Lightning. Just wanted to take a moment to congratulate Ronnie and T-Kras on an incredible run. You guys have been on top of your game for so many years and been such a great voice promoting the Lightning and all sports in Tampa Bay. You guys are kind of like the Beatles. The band is breaking up, but you're going to go your separate ways and still dominate the airwaves. Sad I won't be able to hear you guys together, though. From all of us here at the Lightning, all our best. You guys are going to star in Tampa Bay.
To my best friends, whom I never met. Farewell, unknown souls, and may the sun rise tomorrow. With a heavy heart, it's been my honor. I love you, Ronnie. Love you, Tom. Cue the word of the finale. Don't leave me. The last word.
Wow. My last word is just a big thanks to the Tampa Bay area and to iHeartMedia for giving us this opportunity to entertain you for 10 years. It's outstanding. Thank you for showing up here today at the Hard Rock. The long list of people we have to thank is unbelievable, but thank you all. We love you.
The last word.
I'm overwhelmed as I sit here next to the legendary Ronnie Lane on a show that has lasted almost 10 years, and it would not be possible without the support of the people that we work with. Chris Mathis, our executive producer. Zach Blobner before him. Derek Sharp before him. Tommy Chuck, our leader in charge. Chris Sektig, the great people that we work with, for us, and with us. And most of all, the listeners of the Tampa Bay area. From the bottom of my heart, I thank each and every one of you.
The last word.
All right. We couldn't have a last word without the lovely and talented Queen Bee from 95.7 The Beat. iHeartRadio. Queen, you've been a big supporter of ours.
I love y'all so much.
Even though you're a Cincinnati fan, we know you're a big Joe Burrow fan.
Bengals, baby. You see,
it's all good. We love you, but thank you for your support, and we love seeing your
You
smiling
all have helped me
face.
do my show prep. Anything about the Bucks, the Rays, the Lightning, the Rowdies, I listen to y'all to make sure I know what I'm talking about. So thank you for what you do and what you'll continue to do.
And thank you for being here. We love you.
I love you so much.
We love you too, and she's great in the community as well.
Yes,
Queen Bee.
yes.
We appreciate
I
you.
still remember years ago when I got here, my daughter was playing for the University of Miami, Go Canes, and the ACC tournament was on. He was like, "Your daughter's on TV. Come talk to us."
I did. Yep.
So thank you for everything, for years of excellence.
Thank you.
Thank you, Queen
All
Bee.
right.
Queen Bee, 95.7
Thank you for coming out today.
Awesome
We appreciate
talent, even a better person. Chris Mathis, I know you wanted to say a word or two as we wind things down.
What do you got to say?
Oh, yeah, a whole bunch, man.
I'm telling you, I'm overwhelmed at these guests that you guys lined up and the people that, delivered their final blows and parting shots to us. It's been an incredible run and a great show.
Yeah, no doubt about it. What do you got, Ronnie? You look like you got something on right there.
I'm looking at this list of messages from people like Alex Golish and Sarah Walsh and Phil Esposito and Chief Dan Slaughter and Brian Auld. I'm not going to go through the whole list. I mean, we will in just a second, but thank you for what you do. You really are a big part of what we do.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys. It's been an honor, a blessing to be a part of the Ronnie and T-Kras show for the last year and some change, and also just the camaraderie, the professionalism that you guys have taught me, and more importantly, the relationships aside from work, too, and the support that you guys continue to give me. So I couldn't be more happy, and I'm very grateful for both of you, and I know that our friendships will continue, and, of course, I'll be on with the drive with T-Kras moving forward starting tomorrow, but Ronnie, will continue our friendship and seeing you throughout the hallways as well. So I grew up listening to you guys just like as I did with Pat and Aaron's show, and it's truly an honor for me to be in this position. So thank you. Even though you make fun of my sandwiches and my lack of movie knowledge,
it's all good, man.
It's okay, man.
It's all good.
You're an incredible young man, a respectful man, a very talented young man, and it's going to be an honor and a pleasure to have you on The Drive with yours truly beginning tomorrow. We're going to have some more fun, man.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's do it, Tampa Bay.
Let's do it.
I want to thank the Hard Rock and each and every one of the listeners who came out and enjoyed us. And Ronnie, you were mentioning the list of messages from Alex Golish, Sarah Walsh, Phil Esposito, Dan Slaughter, Brian Ald, Owen Harn, Andy Freed, Zach Blobner, Ali Marpet, Dave Michigan, Jay Retcher, Kevin Cash, Derek Sharp, Matt Silverman, Steve Griggs, Aaron Jacobson, Neil Solons, the great Levante David, Jose Fernandez, Pat Donovan, Cynthia Freeland, Eric Neander, Pete Fairbanks from St. Louis, Jordan Whitehead, Michael Kelly, Tristan Wirfs, and the great John Cooper. Incredible.
Yeah, you know what? Our good buddy Chris Wow just walked in with his lovely errand. So, Chris, we appreciate you too, my man. Thank you for your
want to
support.
thank our surprise guest, Ronnie, for joining us, Jason Light for hopping on with us,
no
Brian
doubt.
Ford, and, of course, the great Pete Fairbanks. Pete from St. Louis. Hey, what do you think about that Rays bullpen?
That threw me for a moment, man. I'm like, who the hell is this? Who is this? All right, all good. Well, Jason Behringer back at the studios at iHeart. We appreciate the job you did here coordinating and helping us get through this 3 hours of our final broadcast together. It has been a blast, but we're not freaking leaving.
We're not leaving, folks. Thanks very much for being part of our lives, and thanks for having us as part of yours. Onward and upward. You're dismissed.
Third prize is your... Come on, get out of here!
Don't miss a moment of Ronnie and T-Kras. Head to the Ronnie and T-Kras blog at 953WDAE.com and live stream 95.3 WDAE on the free iHeartRadio app or on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, play 95.3 WDAE on iHeartRadio. Stay tuned. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next on 95.3 WDAE and AM 620.
Guys.